rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots, and a sexy.
All right, so let's not waste too much time since we're running a little late in the day here. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Now You Made It Awkward, episode 49. And I totally said the wrong number the last half episode.
I feel like it should be so much more still. Like, it still blows my mind.
Yeah, well, now that I think about it, it's like we're almost to our 1 year, so realistically we'll get there, So it is what it is. And it's just me and Rikki today.
What up, folks?
Rikki has returned from the great not so white north because there was no snow. That's what
I was gonna say, because it was just me and two other guys and everybody else wasn't white.
Because it was Baltimore, that's why. But either way, coming back from cheating on us over the weekend.
I mean, technically they were my first love, so I'm cheating on them with you.
Were they though?
Yeah, by a long shot.
I don't know. Who the hell is calling me right now? Dude, I keep getting this phone call from Austin. Like, it's an Austin number, and they keep calling, leaving voicemails, and and I think it's a scam where they act like they're a collection agent. I do have some collection agencies after me for dumb shit, but it's one like, hey, we're looking for this person. Please call me back at this number to talk about your account, blah, blah, blah. I've had this happen before, and it's some Hispanic name. I don't even know the name that they're saying, and it's always a different number than they call from. So it's like that's
because they're calling from a call center. It's not really a scam. It's they're calling from a call center, and you have to call back to their financial department.
That's probably true. I mean, and I don't know what it is, to be totally honest, and I don't care because they're not asking for me; they're asking for some other person. Also, I closed OBS. Let me make sure that the audio. It's like I didn't even check to make sure your audio wasn't hot. Like, I turned it up because you were low in my ears. I didn't bother to look to see if the audio was actually decent. That's funny. Well, but like I said, I can always adjust you after the fact. But either way, guys, we've actually not been able to truly record for roughly 2 weeks. We happened to double up. We doubled up the 1 week, and then I split the thing from when Sean was interviewing us from normal stuff to this. So we've got a lot to catch up on. There's like 1,000,001 movie trailers that dropped. We've had
I haven't even seen some of them.
Yeah, we've had Mandalorians happening all over the place.
Trash.
No, it's not. It's best TV show ever, Rikki. Why can't you just see that?
Because I won't bend over and take it like some folks.
You should.
No.
Yeah. But basically, that's basically how it goes. So we're just going to jump right into it. I'll talk weeks. Basically, I've just watched the normal TV shows as they come and go and caught up on The Mandalorian. I thought that the last episode that happened was okay. It was okay. It wasn't the best, but it was okay.
That was the one after the Jack Black episode.
Sorry,
right?
I'm referring to the Jack Black episode. I forgot about the one from last week where basically we entered.
It was the Bo-Katan story.
Yeah, we did the Bo-Katan story when it came back. So actually, no, correction. The last episode that just happened was actually pretty good and actually forwarded the story quite a bit. And now we actually see what's really going on. I really do appreciate that, along with the return of the end season return of Moff Gideon as usual, which apparently that's their thing. So when you get down to the last 2 to 3 episodes, Moff Gideon comes back, and somehow. Well, we know how, at least in this one.
No. We know how. We know what they're working towards to get rid of the somehow for Palpatine. In 5 years, they'll make another Disney Plus show to show how somehow Gideon always shows up just at the very end of the seasons.
Yeah. All right. See, now I'm actually bumping your audio down again. It's okay. But no, the thing is, like, I actually like what he's got going on here, and I think we missed a tick on it. I think he said that basically, like, all of his new troopers, all his new Beskar armed troopers, are clones of him.
No, that's
did I catch? Because that's really what it sounded like. It sounded like that's what he was talking about. Because I know that eventually we're trying to get to Palpatine being a clone with midichlorians, which is the big key to this. Which is why they want Grogu. There's not a whole lot of people loaded full of midichlorians anymore. They kind of killed most of them, or turned them to their own things, and then killed them. So the whole reason they want Grogu is because extremely powerful, buttload of midichlorians, and So the whole thing, especially when it comes to episode 9's revelations, and I mean of the movies, not of the show,
What's episode 9?
That it's that movie that didn't happen.
Okay, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so basically Rey is a Palpatine because she
was a Skywalker.
She's not anymore. or she
Was
will be
supposed to be a
soon.
solo?
I don't know anymore what's going to happen.
I bet she comes back as a Calrissian.
Because now we're going to be getting some Rayquels. We're going to get some Rayquels. So
she's going to be a Calrissian.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see. No, because
Check all
no,
the
no, no.
fucking
That
boxes.
other girl. No, that other girl from that movie is a
Oh,
Calrissian.
because he can only have one kid.
He can. Well, I mean, he's Lando. He's usually with robots. So, or I'm sorry, droids. Sorry, I know robot's an offensive word
Surrogate
in the
mothers.
galaxy.
Surrogate robots.
Yeah, surrogate. So either way, but I mean, like the whole point is they're trying to find a way to imbue a clone with midichlorians. Rey was born of a Palpatine clone that had midichlorians, but not enough to get anywhere. So
I don't know why they keep bothering with this midichlorian shit. Like
I
they should
why
not try
they
to
went
force
back
that
to it. Yeah,
because it was only in the prequels. Like
Puns.
even in the Clone Wars cartoons, I don't remember them directly talking about them that often. They might mention them here and there, but it wasn't like a big deal. But now all of a sudden it's the big deal again.
I mean, I like the idea that they brought it back as a reasoning why some people have the ability to use the Force and others don't. I mean, that it totally makes sense. But you know, it puts the science behind the space magic without it being an exact science. But then, of course, when Episode 9 happened in the first place, they threw out all the shit they built in Episode 8.
But there was never any time that they said that not everybody could use it. In fact, they directly said the Force is everywhere. It flows through everything.
The Force flows through everything.
So everybody has the ability to use it. It's just some people practice it and train on it. It's like,
well,
anybody can do karate.
Yeah.
But just if you don't practice, you're not gonna be able to do karate. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
I think
you don't have to have a special white blood cell count or some shit to be able to do karate.
No, that's probably true, but I think it's the difference between having fast twitch muscle fibers and not. It's but the idea that the midichlorians are the mediator between the actual Force and the living being within it, or they are within. I think that's the whole point, is that the midichlorians are the thing that basically they're the go between. They're the connection. So I mean, it's stupid, but it was a way to add
Very
science
stupid.
to it. But
they didn't need to.
Yeah,
it was supposed to be magical and spiritual, and then they try to make it into a physical thing.
Well, the idea that you still have to have some type of connection to them, like you could have them and literally have no ability to connect with them, or you've never been trained or even told about it. Which
it's
is
like everybody has cancer cells. It's just not everybody's cancer cells fire off and become malignant.
Yeah, but no one's cancer cells gives them superpowers. So, I mean, if we had cancer that could give us actual superpowers, more people would probably go out there and try to clone cancer cells to, do that,
And then what would let's keep it really, really real, 100% real. If the midichlorians were a thing, and they're talking about it in the prequels, and they talk about it like it's just fact. So that means it's been around for a while. Everybody knows about this midichlorian shit.
Well, the Jedis do, yeah.
And if the Jedis know, other people know, because they don't know how to keep their fucking mouths shut. So
I'm pretty sure
midichlorians, people know about midichlorians, especially the Empire and especially the First Order would have used that information to kill everybody with low midichlorian counts. They would have had a number, on a scale of 1 to 10. If you have a 9 midichlorian count, you're Vader. And if you have anything less than 5, we're just going to kill you. Not because you're not Vader, but because we're not going to make you a bad guy because you're not Vader, but we also don't want you to be a good guy with your Force.
Well,
so they'll just be killing people just for having midichlorians.
They did technically do that. They did round up and either kill or indoctrinate anybody they could. I mean, like, there's a reason why they have so many Inquisitors that have some Force ability, because that's what they did. They did the same thing the Jedi did. They just went, they scanned them. Actually, I think the Jedi even had the ability, like, they knew who would have it. Like, basically, they had a registry. They, like, this, almost like X-Men. They're like, you have this
almost
ability.
Like a certain historically factual World War II stuff where they just had a list that they went by.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what they did, because they knew they could find people who would definitely have propensity, and then they test them, and then they recruit them as children or babies, and then they take them away from their parents and whatnot. But hey, at least they don't leave partial clones behind to die like other shows did. I don't remember what show that was, but where they would like take kids who had special abilities and they replace them with clones.
Halo.
Oh, it wasn't Halo. You're right.
Story.
You're right. That's right. That wasn't Halo. I couldn't remember which one it was. So yeah, that's right. That's what they did. That's where they got their original Spartans. That's right. Spartan 1, Spartan 2s are done like that. So that's right. Yeah. So either way, I like the story is going crazy. I am sad that Big Mando's gone.
I couldn't care less.
I mean, I'm glad he went out in a blaze of glory, but you know, he did go
You
out.
should have seen it coming. They were doing too many focal stories.
I know
on him
every time you focus on him, but I mean, like he kind of got a lot of focal stuff in every season. He just never got to the point of dying. But I mean, if that was the case, well,
as soon as they introduced his son, I was like, that motherfucker's days are
I say that, yeah, for sure. But also now
they wanted to humanize him, and they only humanize background characters if they're gonna fucking kill them or switch them into a big bad. Yeah. And that's it.
And now there's rumors that the armor is a spy for.
Would not surprise me.
I mean, maybe somebody's a spy, but then again, you know, they clearly had no clue what was actually going on with the Mandalorians until the latest things sort of happened. So, but they're running around in Imperial fucking ships. You're telling me they don't have back doors into all that fucking technology and just watch what they fucking do all day long? Come on.
Somehow.
I'm not even going with somehow. I'm not even going with somehow. They're literally flying around in Imperial ships. It's like,
somehow
we turned off
the coding.
We turned off the coding. Have you met the Empire? They make sure they never lose. It's like that's the thing. But like either way, and I love that we take out our main character for the tail end of it just briefly, and I'm sure Mike is absolutely elated that Bo-Katan has the.
I don't care about the Bo-Katan being a focal point. Like Bo-Katan's cool, but Mando has been pretty much a backseat character for his own show since season 2.
Probably.
Like it's think back. Season 1 was 1,000% focused on him going on his side missions and meeting other characters. Yeah. Season 2, he was backstory. He everything he did was second rate to everybody else.
Season 2.
Yep.
Was it like?
Season 2 was all about building the Boba Fett. They didn't give two fucks about a Mandalorian.
Well, because he can't. Well, he did.
And I'm tired of people trying to justify Mandalorian is what he's called. Mandalorian is also the name of the people. So the show being called The Mandalorian could also be about Mandalorian people. No, this show was called The Mandalorian, not Mandalorians, not all a Mandalorian. The Mandalorian. So it's one specific one, and we don't even follow him anymore. It's not.
But which one? Which one are we following in
the one that they showed us in episode 1 of season 1 and have walked us through all the way now, and they just keep pushing them further and further.
I want to know
fucking background.
You know what they should have done realistically? Boba Fett, 1, that series needed to be better. 2, that should have just been called The Mandalorian. Like. It's like
just didn't need to exist.
It's like all of these things have fallen under the same fucking, except for Andor. All of these other series have all fallen under the exact same storyline.
Should have just been like the Battle for Mandalore or some shit,
or just
some shit like that.
They could just, as long as it's about Mandalorians, call it The Mandalorian and then add the subtitles. Like that's all you had to do. Like it should have been
The Mandalorian. Call it Mandalorians with an S. Or a Z if you're trying to bring in the cool kids.
We should, or modern day. We got to be appropriate. We got to have it Mandalorians. But I mean, like, I'm not hating on the show, but I will tell you, next episode's Wednesday. His helmet's
the penultimate, or is it the final one?
It's the final one. This was penultimate. His helmet's definitely coming off because we have to do that in the finale of every season. So we get Moff Gideon comes back at the second to last. We get whatever battle's going to happen, and then for whatever reason, he has to take his helmet off. But what I'm thinking is we're going to have
Grogu getting his helmet this season or next season?
It's going to be a while because remember she gave him the chest plate thing, which will be a shoulder pauldron eventually. So they're
going to wait and let him grow into it.
Yeah, because realistically, he's going to grow super slow. So they could make him a helmet now, but you got to think they only have so much Beskar to go around, and they got to get scraps until they kill all these motherfuckers and take all the armor that they've created.
They just killed the big dude off. That you take that guy's Beskar. That's enough Beskar to do Grogu up for the next 5,000 years.
Yeah, but that's with Gideon at the moment. So. And actually, we don't know how much of his is Beskar versus Durasteel. Because you got to remember, not all of them have Beskar. Some of them just have painted Durasteel. So that's still a thing. So he's as strong as a ship hull, which I still call bullshit. Like, you see Mando Din Djarin literally run down a hallway like he did in the early season, getting shot to hell, and beams just fucking bouncing off of him. But then you've got all of the Mandalorians shooting the Beskar-covered troopers, and they're just fucking dying, like, instantly. I was like, these fucking troopers ain't worth the shit even you put the strongest armor on them. What the fuck? I do like the coloring though. I like that white, gray, and kind of red though. I'm kind of a fan of that. And
I'm gonna send a picture to the group message for you to look at. Oh shit, it didn't catch. Hold on 1 second. Boo, boo, boo. Man,
Waiting.
hold on.
Waiting, Rikki.
I gotta download the image. You keep talking
This
while
is
you're doing
great podcasting. But either
it. I mean,
way, I mean, like,
you know how I feel about that shit.
but either way,
So
it's like,
this, I'm gonna put this in in another group that I'm in, the podcast group with the Rum guys,
okay.
and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna put this on because I actually have this, and I'm gonna put it on eBay, and I'm gonna mark it as a super rare San Diego Comic Con exclusive Moff Gideon Mandalorian figure.
Fucker.
Tell me this isn't exactly what you saw on that TV show.
Kind of. I mean, the Red Skull armor.
That's the
Yeah,
only
make
thing
sure
is
you
the
put
logo in the middle.
Put a cape and Darksaber with it, and people will
That's
believe it.
dude. And that's it. The game over.
I mean, he needs horns though. That's the one thing that's lacking. He needs some horns. Though, like, I mean, like, I like the fact that he went from like upgraded trooper armor to actual Beskar. That was pretty cool.
No, Gideon need to be dead. Just let him be gone.
Dude,
he doesn't need to be brought
Well, they
back.
need a big bad for the season because until they actually get to Thrawn next season in Ahsoka, which by the way, the Ahsoka trailer, the Ahsoka trailer was great. I'm not gonna lie. So it's like I'm down for the Ahsoka, which is basically Rebels 2.0. You know, bring back most of the Rebels crew. I mean, hell, we got Zeb, right?
Zeb was in this, yeah.
We got Zeb 2 episodes ago.
And I actually caught that, man.
Oh, I knew who he was.
Myself.
I've never
like a couple of guys in the realm.
Yeah.
Like we were talking on a hangout, and I was like, Gort, wasn't that Zeb that they showed? Like, I didn't remember his name. I was like, wasn't that the big purple guy from Rebels in the episode?
Yeah.
And somebody else pipes in, no, it was just one of his race and blah, blah, blah. And Gort goes, no, it was him.
That was Zeb.
You had subtitles on it. Literally says Zeb and then has what he says next to it.
The funny thing is, I've barely seen anything of Rebels, but I've watched plenty of talk about it. And I knew his name. Like, I was like, holy shit, that's Zeb. It's like, of course, if Jessica was watching with me, she'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? So she's a couple episodes behind. No, she's only one episode behind. She didn't see the latest one, but she's not as into it as I am. But like I said, the Ahsoka trailer, I think it looks pretty good. I like that we're getting a live action Sabine. Like when I actually saw it, when I realized that was Sabine, I was like, fuck yes. It's like, she's not dead. It's like, we just kind of assume all the rebels are dead.
But I don't like the Sabine I don't like the actress.
I mean,
like, it's not my Sabine. If you can bitch about, fucking Ellie can have her top not in the wrong spot, this chick looks nothing like Sabine.
I think the hard part with making any of the characters from Rebels as actual people is that they don't have the weird exaggerated features. Like, you know, like the big head, skinny arms kind of thing, the big anime eyes. Like, that's going to be the hard part. I mean, when we get Ezra, because, you know, he's been cast and all that, it's going to be weird. Like, it's going to be weird. I mean, like, if you see the guy who's playing Thrawn, you're like, okay, but how are we going to make him look like Thrawn? Other than he's just blue with slick black hair. And whether or not they're going to actually put, like, red contacts in, or they're just going to do his eyes in post, you know. Either way, I think it's going to be good. I think their problem is they're going to do a real short season, like get a whole bunch of like fun shit out of the way, and then they'll do like 2 really bad episodes that nobody gives a shit about, and then they'll have a big finale at like episode 7, and then they'll just fucking make us wait. You know what they do. But I'm excited for that at least. Other things, we've continued on watching The Masked Singer, and I would like to rub it in that I was absolutely right 2 weeks in a row on 2 of the fucking contestants, and the wife knows nothing, and I, you know, just want to rub that in. Because she couldn't tell.
So to speak.
Yeah.
So to speak.
Yeah, so to speak. I'm getting a weird buzzing sound. I think something is wonky between
one of your remember last time that happened was one of your wires wasn't plugged all the way in.
Yeah, I don't think it's not plugged all the way in. I think one problem is that like I got one headset that's because I branch it off right here. I think that's why. But like so one of the main people that I got correct from the fucking get-go, spoilers for The Masked Singer, I said immediately, like when he came out in a weird doll, like as like a weird creepy doll costume, and like was clearly able to walk in heels really well, but had like a rocker singer voice. Who does that sound like to you?
David Bowie.
David Bowie's dead.
Oh, like a current singer?
Like a rock and roll singer, an actual rock singer who's comfortable in heels, like proper heels, not like platforms.
Amy Lee.
Male. Let me say.
And
I'll preface that it was on 80s night.
Oh, then it's gonna be Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper would have been cool, but like he was a bit older than that. But no, it was fucking D. Snyder.
Snyder.
I called it D.
We're
Snyder.
not gonna
Yeah,
take
and
it.
then like the Clue packet, I'm like just watch about like Guys and Dolls and then all kinds of other stuff, and I was like, that's fucking D. Snyder. It's like she's like, no, it's not. I'm like, yes, that's fucking D. Snyder. I was like, I know that fucking voice, and then we took it off. It's fucking D. Snyder. I was like, fuck off.
I thought they used like a voice changer thing.
No,
on
they do
something.
when they speak, but not when they sing.
Mm.
So you can hear the voice, and then like they had some like really like Dick Van Dyke was on here, and that was interesting because he could still fucking
I didn't
sing.
even know he's still alive.
I didn't either. He's like 97. It's fucking crazy. But he did really good, and he had a fuckload of energy. Like for somebody who's 97, he looks like a zombie, but he has a ton of energy.
I can't.
Like,
I
I
can't.
can't- yeah.
I can't watch that show. I'm not a fan of it.
I like it. Like compared to like American Idol, I can't stand American Idol. That shit is so goddamn fake. I enjoy The Masked Singer because they're just doing it for fun. There's no like clout. There's no contract. They're just there to have fun, and I'm okay with it. Yeah, that's the main reason I'm there for it. And like the hosts are okay, and I mean, and Jenny McCarthy's tits are like just kind of always on display, and I can't complain about that.
I mean,
Her
maybe not
mouth,
1994.
her mouth. No, she can just leave that shut. But I'll focus on the tits.
I'm saying maybe in 1994.
And dude,
they care about a 70-year-old woman's
they
tits.
still look fantastic.
Yeah, because they're plastic. They're gonna look like that when her body decomposes. Her tits are still gonna look like that.
And she's maintaining them, and it's great. But either way, the other thing I just watched, what was it? Nope. This past week, watched.
I still haven't watched
the
that
Jordan
yet.
Peele.
Mhm.
Nope. And I've watched plenty of reviews about it, but like there was still stuff people left out when even they did their reviews and their breakdowns. I was like, shit. Like it's a good movie. It is a kind of a because he's like a new version of M. Night Shyamalan in a way. He's like, ooh, here's my twist. It's a cool movie. It's not exactly what everybody thinks it is because that's usually how his movies go. And the fact that they invented a new way to do day for night shooting is amazing, and it looks fucking fantastic. Usually day for
Night
night.
Shyamalan and Ding Dong.
Yeah, huh? No,
I
I
don't
mean,
mess with him no more.
no, I don't either. But I'm saying like Jordan Peele, like
Oh,
so
okay.
he's the new kind of Shyamalan.
Don't
Yeah.
ever do that to him. Jordan Peele's better than Shyamalan and Ding Dong.
I don't know. He's made one or two craptastic movies, but everything else has been like on point and like the
He's
mystery.
only ever made like
slash-
3 movies. How many?
I think he's done four or
He
five.
He did Get Out.
He did Get Out,
Us.
Us,
Is it called Us?
yeah, Us, which I've
And
heard,
Nope.
and Nope, and then there's another one he's done. I can't think of the name of it off the top
I've
of
heard
my
all those were good. I've never
Yeah.
watched it. I think I've seen part of Us, but I've
Us.
never watched.
The concept of Us kind of freaks me out a bit, so I don't know if I really want like the other ones. I'm like Get Out is a very interesting concept, but like he's like taking Twilight Zone shit and like making it like big time. But at least with this, like I said, the fact that they figured out a new way to do day for night and it looks fantastic is great because most day for night shoots look stupid
You
as
can tell
fuck.
it's like a purplish blue.
Like especially fucking House of Dragons when they did their day for night, it was so bad. That was
Yeah, they just
so
put like a blue lens across the top
yeah,
of
it's
it.
just a blue lens. So I think what they did, so they basically they shoot their scenes like they need to, but they also shoot it with an infrared camera, and then they basically like
Overlay.
they kind of overlay it and invert it to a degree. I forget exactly what they do, but the fact of doing it that way gives them what they need to switch the light around somehow. I forgot. Somebody broke it down. I forgot exactly what it is, but it's crazy, and they don't do a whole lot of night stuff, but the stuff they do looks fucking insane. Now you can tell the stuff they've done that was in legitimately like at night on a set or in the dark on a set versus actually outside, and it looks identical. Like it's like fuck. But the new concept of alien / UFO encounter, and like it's full of fucking weird ass people because that's basically it's like yeah, I've definitely met that guy before, like the weirdo at Fry's who talks too much and definitely hates his job, that kind of shit. It was like yep. So, but that was good. I enjoyed that a lot. Right before we got on here, I watched the first episode of Renovations on Disney Plus. It's Jeremy Renner's new show, where basically he's doing Pimp My Ride, and it's okay.
God.
I didn't know he had an obsession with large vehicles. So like all the vehicles that are
He's like country though, so
kind of,
like, isn't he? He's like a little country-ish.
little country-ish. But the thing is, I didn't know that basically like that's how he's invested a lot of his money. He buys like derelict fucking big vehicles, buses,
Mhm.
fire trucks, ambulances, all this kind of shit. And he literally has a fucking yard, a giant yard full of this stuff. So all the stuff that is used for the show is basically out of his own collection. So the first one was basically making a rolling music studio for this company in Chicago that's trying to keep kids off the street and teach them music.
Mhm.
So they didn't have a real like studio. So basically turned a tour bus into a fucking studio. It's pretty
Pretty
cool. It's actually really cool. Like totally functional. Like has a lounge section, a full on performance section, and then the booth like in the back where you actually do all the production. And they had to rig it up because like it was a stripped down bus, so there was nothing in it, not even AC. So they had to do a whole lot of shit to it. But they do the reality TV show for vehicles where they pretend it was done in 3 weeks and clearly they took fucking 6 months, and the fact that like you see all of the other project vehicles in process in the background. It's just like you're clearly not focusing on this one vehicle for 3 fucking weeks straight. It's like you can see the other vehicles around, and you can tell where they do funny edits. Like they showed one thing where they were talking to one of the builders, and then you could see that the bus had the wrap already on it, and then they cut to the next scene and the wrap's not on it yet. It's like, God, whoever edited this sucks.
Mhm.
Your camera.
Dude, like my whole shit just messed up.
Yeah, I don't know what just happened. Your camera clipped off. Now it won't come back.
Dude, my camera went off. My microphone, like my earbuds, all dropped out. The earphones dropped out of the computer. That's why I muted real quick because you were coming out of my computer speakers for a second.
That's weird.
Oh, weird.
Hey, it's better than the last time where like every like 4 minutes like just dropped audio entirely last time.
Well, no, it should be a lot better now.
Well, no, because you're not on your phone.
No. I was on my computer last time. I was doing that stupid shit too. Kara fixed my computer because I ended up. It was my turn to host the RHP a couple weeks ago, and I literally kept getting booed. I mean, I was losing my shit. Like it was completely kicking me totally out of StreamYard and rebooting and stuff. And she came in here. She did something because she's good with computers. So she went in there and turned shit off and turned shit on and this, that, and other thing, and it's worked great since.
Oh, I did. There might have been something I forgot to tell you when it comes to StreamYard. I think you have to turn off. Excuse me, jeez. In your browser, I think you have to turn off hardware acceleration for it to be okay.
I don't. She did something and did like a speed test to it and reset a bunch of crap, so it wasn't messing with it.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on now. It's like trying to find your camera, I guess. But speaking of which, I did forget to do all the fucking promos because I just wanted to get into it. So, because I figured we're gonna do like 3 hours, like just trying to get caught up. So Rikki does things. It's fine.
Yep. Things and stuffs.
Yeah, he does stuff and things. Okay, so you can go follow me at all the SHOKY related things down below, including the Patreon, where you'll be able to see the video version of this. So you'll be able to see Rikki's camera all dropping out and coming back. And then, of course, just help support all the channels I do. So you can help me deal with the bullshit over there on the It Doesn't Have to Make Sense channels, because that way I can get paid without having to worry about YouTube copyright nonsense, which is good. Actually, we did a live stream with Trisha and Laura last Wednesday, which was a lot of fun. We ended up just talking, like we watched a whole bunch of my old videos that I did, and then we ended up talking about injuries because like I was sick. So on top of
like Miss Laura, our Miss Laura from this show,
yes, our top donator. Which by the way, she bought the new merch as well. So she bought the new No Monica merch.
No Monica. Oh god damn, you're making up more bullshit. What's
it's not from the show, it's from that one. So to also catch up on what happened over the last couple of weeks since we've been off, one of the reasons we couldn't record even when we were available is I was sick. Both the wife and I caught either we have COVID and it was the nasal variant, which apparently is a thing now. Seriously, it is like,
or you got a bad batch of Coke, one way or the other. Your nostrils
or a bad batch of Coke. So, but the fact like she got it first, and then like 3 days later I got it. Never had a fever, nothing like that. I only had like 2 days of actually just feeling like utter garbage, but the rest of it was just like either completely stuffed up or constant drainage, Either way, basically just taking anything and everything to keep our fucking snot in our head for as much as possible.
Definitely bad coke. That's
It was
all
bad.
coke.
It was bad coke.
I know those symptoms. Or I've read about them in a book, I mean.
Yeah. So finally, almost over that. There's like just a twinge of it left. We also cleaned yesterday, so maybe getting rid of a lot of the dust in the house will help too. But in the middle of that, I actually did a custom project for my Ronin Warriors Inferno armor, because it comes with swords that have nowhere to go. Like, you either holds them or they go in the box. There's nowhere to display them. There's no thing on his back to hold them or on the sides. So I actually made a sword holder from scratch. So that was a nice one-day project. And the build log for that will be on the Patreon, and then normal people over on the regular Shoki channel will just get some teaser shots, basically. And I did get a box in from Big Bad Toy Store this weekend. I opened it just a little while ago before we started here, and I'm waiting on post office to finally get here to either bring my final box or bring the box they said they delivered yesterday, which they did not. Especially when it says it was delivered to a zip code that wasn't mine, which worries me a little bit. So hopefully that'll be here, because I have some cool robots that I want to play with. I was fiending really bad, really wanted some new fucking robots to play with. And speaking of playing with robots, I was actually on the Pake for Life live stream Chatter Day this past weekend, which was fun to go talk to some other nerds that I basically don't know. So I was on there with Pake, Sony from TM Reviews. Who was the other guy? There was Extra Zero, Ridiculous Badger, who's basically just kind of the Dormammu of that group. He comments on all the things, and now he's getting to come in and do other stuff. And there was somebody else that I thought. Why am I forgetting? There's 5 of us, and I feel like I'm forgetting somebody now. Feel like a dick now. But either way, I essentially filled in for Rusty because we talked about fans toys and all that stuff, which was funny.
Is that me or you?
What?
You didn't hear it? Never mind.
Nope.
Well, my phone was losing its goddamn mind. Started playing like I wasn't even doing nothing. This black screen, all of a sudden, just loud shit started coming out of it.
Weird. Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't even hear that, so it definitely wasn't me. But then sometimes I'll hear random shit in here and think it was you. So it's a weird part about having the headphones on, because sometimes something you hear sounds like it happened in your room and it didn't. Speaking of that, I got to fix my shelves in here. Somebody's been slamming the door, and I've got figures falling down all over the
Why do you keep slamming the door for?
I don't slam the fucking doors. The wifey can't seem to not slam the door when she leaves or comes home. And then the neighbors don't seem to understand that they have like a 40-pound door that shuts on its own, and they don't give a shit. So, like, shakes everything. So I got to stand up a few Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers figures. Speaking of which, I just saw, and I'm sure Dormammu will be sharing, finally, Hasbro, somebody gave us some fucking Power Rangers Turbo figures for the first time since the show actually fucking came out back in like 1997. So I was excited about that. I put in the pre-order real fucking fast. Have I gotten anything else? Power Rangers Turbo.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of stuff just popped up in Big Bad Toy Store.
Yep, and I ordered
the Lightning stuff.
Yep, and actually, so it's RPM, Lightspeed Rescue, and Turbo. So like they're just like, fuck it, we're doing all the things. Except I love the fact that they're giving us Turbo Red, and it's not Tommy, it's TJ. So like they didn't immediately go for the Tommy option, which means they'll sell us Tommy later. Fuckers, they'll do it. It's fine. I don't need another Tommy. I'll take another TJ though, because I've only got the TJ from In Space. So yeah, having a TJ and another representation will be fun. So let's see, most of the Turbo cast rolled over into In Space, kind of. So either way, is there anything else that's been going on? I finished that model kit. I didn't talk about it, but I finished it. The Fit2 Toys Beast Box D10 or DIO or DO, however the fuck you actually say it, model kit. I finished that. Still have to quote unquote review it, because it's sitting over there. I got the build log up already for Patreon. I just haven't, done it. I've gotten bad. Like, the stuff is piled up. That's one of the reasons we kind of had a fight this weekend when we were cleaning, because I just have a bunch of stuff still in the fucking living room. And it used to be, the rule was, it stays in the living room until I review it. But the problem is, I'm not reviewing shit actively, so it stays in there. And I still haven't even completed my Billy project, because I need to wait till I have the time to really break down 3 fucking Billies and do that to it. So that'll happen soon enough. Anything else? Oh yeah. So I don't know if I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it on here, or I've at least talked to you guys about it. My car. I've said like when it rains really bad, I usually get water inside. I think I've talked about it at some point. So basically, like after we get like a good fucking storm, the first time I drive the car, the first time I make a left turn, fucking water just pours in from underneath the dashboard, like onto the passenger floorboards, which is not fun. So I originally thought it was the sunroof leaking. So I spent like fucking 3 hours one day trying to clean out the channels, cleaning up the fucking edges around the whole thing and all that. And then it continued to do it. So finally, 2 weeks ago, I said, maybe it's the fact that water isn't draining away like from the cowl area and it's just coming in through the AC, because you got the fresh air vent, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one day after work, when we were about to get a whole bunch of rain, I pulled it up in the shop, which technically not supposed to do, but I'm not a mechanic, so I can do that kind of, because I'm not using their tools. I'm not doing anything. So I just fucking pull up in the shop for cover. So I take off the cowl, pull all this shit up, and there's just a fuckload of leaves like stuck up in there. How that many leaves get inside something that's screened, I have no idea. So I pull out all the leaves, and then I take a pressurized air thing, nozzle, try to shoot it down through the fenders, because usually the water empties out through the fenders. And like a whole bunch of crap starts blowing out. I'm like, let's see if I can open this up and see what's going on down there. And like I said, I don't remember if I mentioned this last podcast or not, but basically pulled off the wheel well liner and popped off the side skirt. And I pulled out 3 handfuls of what was essentially compost from fucking God knows how many years of dirt and fucking leaves rotting inside my fucking fender where it should be draining water. So basically what I figured out is, because the water couldn't drain off fast enough, it would just build up and that stuff would swell and block it completely. It was just fucking sitting there full of water until I fucking turned, and it was pouring in through my AC. Like literally through it, because you could hear it hitting the coils on the inside and hissing.
Wow.
And so we had all that rain. Right after I did that, no problem. So that was literally what it is. I still have to do the passenger side, but the driver's side is the one I emptied out, and that was enough to make the biggest difference. And then I cleaned out the backside too, around the trunk lid, because I think I had a leak in the trunk for the same reason. So that took hours, and I got really fucking dirty. And I'm still in my work clothes. I was like, fuck. I was like, I guess I actually have to change my work clothes for once, because usually I just wear them all week. It is what it is. But yeah, it's pretty much everything that's been going down here. Oh, my mom's birthday was last week.
So
I posted happy birthday to her on Facebook, but she no longer has a Facebook. Because remember, if I mentioned that, I said that she said it was hacked, and then she removed like basically everything. And then she said she got a notification from Facebook that said it was hacked, and so she closed her account. And I was like, so why don't you just start a new one? And she will eventually. So actually, my aunt, I guess, screenshotted my post and sent it to her, and she called me. And that was actually the first time we've talked since the hospital, basically. I just kind of let them have their space, So, at least, shout out to my aunt for at least doing that. I knew at some point it would get back to her, because that's why I made it like a big public thing. So it was like, even if she doesn't see it herself, someone will fucking see it and get it to her. So, she had a birthday. She's still kicking. So that's good. Hopefully she's feeling better. I know she was crying when she called me, so she, at least was having an emotional reaction to me posting that. So, I don't tend to get very lovey-dovey in public. So, that was something. So, yay. So happy belated birthday, Mom.
Happy belated, Miss Shoky.
Yes. She's the original Shoky.
Yeah.
For those who don't know.
The original Shokinator.
Yeah, so she went by Shoky back in her professional days. I didn't know that when I adopted the name.
I'm going to need you to explain what you mean by that.
Why?
because you left a lot of fucked up answers. A professional dancer, a professional
when she
prostitute, a professional
no
doctor,
when she
professional...
when she was a top manager in her department.
There you go. Like just you left that wide open. I'm like,
I didn't think it was that wide open, but
if I hadn't have said it, you know, Sean was going straight to
Florida
it. Sean
boy
was
over
go
here.
Straight to it. Don't say Florida boy because you know Sean went straight to it.
Sean's not better.
I used to call her Miss Shoky back in the day too on her professional level. Yeah, you know Sean would have went straight to it. He's a Texas boy through and through.
Well, the thing is, like, because I only knew her. Well, obviously, I only knew her after I was born, but I only knew her by her other nickname after I was born, which was Mama Bear. So, like, after I was born, she turned into Mama Bear and wasn't Shoky. So, like, it wasn't until I adopted that name and started using it as my email, and she had to forward me something, and like, she's like, "Wait, why did you steal my name?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" It's like because somebody else had called me that, and that's how that name came about. So it was just funny. It's like, yeah, the name is kind of generational, which is irony because as far as I know, my dad was never called that, but my mom was. So there's that, you know. So yeah, I've been selling shit again too, you know, much like you guys are selling all your MP Transformers. I've been selling off Gundams and Gunpla and stuff like that. And it's actually, for a guy, I still got to dig through a couple of these boxes and find a couple of other things that he was looking for. But like when I told him the other day how many boxes I have, he's like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's why it takes me so long to get back to you on these things." I was like,
Which one was this that hit you up?
Huh? It was you don't know him, but it's a guy named Doug.
Oh, because somebody else was asking about Gundams recently, and I'm like, you might want to talk to Shoky. He's got a fuck ton he's trying to get rid of.
That might have been in the Zoom call. I wasn't there because I know one guy we know. I talked about getting rid of a couple of things.
Some things.
In the last one that I was a part of in the Patreon Zoom call, I talked to a certain person who can't hold his wine. About some of the things I have. So
Lord Bartov.
Yeah, I just wasn't going to say it out loud, but I need to get a hold of him.
Why? It's not his real name.
I know, but yeah, I did find the things that he was interested in, so I should actually hit him back up. But yeah, basically, I'm tired of looking at these DTALs full of boxes, and I'm either gonna start throwing shit away or I'm gonna start raffling off like collections. Like, here's this much shit, $10 buy-in, whoever fucking wins, you know. You get a fuckload of Gunpla for $10, you know. That way I don't have people just picking and choosing. Like, just like, well, I want this one, I want this one. It's like, no. You're going to fucking take 20 of these motherfuckers, or it's not happening at all, right?
You could sell off and throw away the rest of them, but you're getting all of them from me.
Yeah, exactly.
I did that one time. I was like, I made a post, and it was like multiple figures, and I was like, and when I sell stuff, I fire sell. I just want it to fuck gone. So like, let's say I was selling off Thundercats. Like, I'd get the whole first wave together.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, $40, you could have it all. Just, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And somebody always, and they hit me up, they're like, look, I don't need all those because I have blah, blah, blah. They started naming them. They're like, I just need Lino. How much do you want for Lino? I'm like, $40. And they're like, just for you're selling. I'm like, dude, but for $40 you get Lino and you get these three other figures for free.
Yeah, you get the whole wave for 40. But I just no.
I said you're paying 40 for Lino and the other ones are free.
Yeah, you're getting the freeze. Basically this I think I might do that. I'll start up a specific Facebook group just for that because I know how Facebook is about raffles. But
you don't have to start up
waffles.
You just call them waffles.
Yeah. But the other thing, I'm still fucking looking for certain NECA figures. Like the Target should have had months ago, and they still don't. So
I need the accessory kit, the cartoon accessory kit
for
Turtles.
No, I mean which accessory kit?
The cartoon one. There's only one.
Oh.
The other accessory kits are the movie ones, and I have the first one.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
No, the cartoon one, it has like the baby turtles, and they come with like a little Super Nintendo with a controller.
That one. Okay. I couldn't remember. That's why I said because they dropped so much shit lately, dude. Like NECA,
they've been going crazy.
They're like so insane. Like Super 7's just like, will you slow the fuck down so we can put out some Ultimates? Like,
and then Gort was saying we might split the one. The one with the girl ninja and the
Karai and all that.
yeah. I want the samurai. He can have the girl ninja.
Oh yeah. So I've seen a few of the ones that came out from Holothon, like the thugs and stuff like that were either from the game or the random cartoon characters that were in the background. So I've seen those. I'm not collecting those. I'm just doing movie figures. Luckily, none of the movie figures have come out lately. But like, I still haven't gotten Donnie or Donatello as the Invisible Man. Have not found that at all, and it supposedly came out. But then again, it hasn't shown up at BBTS, so I don't know. I have it on.
Did you get the Casey Jones Phantom?
I've pre-ordered it.
No.
And that's the one
I don't think he looks too much like Phantom. That one's like to me the weakest looking one.
I figure he should. There's only a couple characters he could have played, and I guess that one's okay. I talked about this.
They would have been fine if they went half masked.
Yes,
if they'd done his hockey mask half mask, I'd give it to him. But it's literally just Casey Jones wearing a tuxedo and they're calling it
with a cape. Yeah,
and it's no good. Good.
Yeah, they could have gone more Dracula with it if they wanted to. But I think they're going to go Shredder Dracula because they did Splinter Van Helsing.
Shredder would have been a great.
Yeah, because
freaking Phantom.
Yeah, but the reason that would have worked with his scarred face. But the reason I say
because he hides his face behind the mask, it kind of works.
Yeah, but that's why I said Dracula makes sense because you got Splinter as Van Helsing, so you have them on opposite sides, and they haven't shown a Dracula yet. But they're running out of characters right now, so it is what it is. And who's the other? Oh, I still need. I haven't found. I just realized my Wolfman is looking like he's sitting in an invisible chair.
Is he falling over?
He's falling backwards, but like I guess I haven't planted good enough that he's not flipping over. So he's literally he looks like
he's the Universal Wolfman.
Yeah. So he looks like he's just
like his knees are giving out, not the ankles.
No, it's the ankles, not the knees. Because I had the knees slightly bent, but he looks like he's sitting in an invisible chair. It's hilarious. That's funny. So I need to check that. Normally he's the one that falls because he's got those stupid wolf feet that don't sit flat. But I think I planted him really good on one of the big NECA bases last time. But no, the regular Dracula I've not found yet. I've only found the black and white Dracula, the original one or the whatever that particular version was. Not the Bela Lugosi, but the other one. So
Nosferatu.
No, because there's two people who played Dracula back in the day, but people always get them confused because they look so similar. But it's that one actor from that one particular Dracula movie.
Didn't Lon Chaney play Dracula one time back then? Not Lon Chaney Jr., his dad.
I thought Lon Chaney was Wolfman.
That's Lon Chaney Jr.
Okay, well, I don't know. If he did, I don't know it, but I know that it's the Bela Lugosi one, I think. But that's not the one. That's the one I'm looking for. I haven't found it yet. I've only found the black and white one, which is not the same Dracula, which is cool. They gave you two separate Draculas, not just a black and white and a color version. But yeah, it's just hard to fucking deal with that. And actually, I don't even remember if I mentioned this, but I did find. I told you guys, obviously, but on the show, I don't think I've talked about the fact I've finished my Thundercats Iron Studios collection. And it's all nice on the shelf, looks pretty. Now I just have to decide if I want more He-Man characters because I have He-Man with Castle Grayskull coming, but then he'll just be by himself. It's like, so.
Well, what more do you need? Skeletor with a Snake Mountain background.
I mean, maybe Cringer.
Yeah, don't even go that far. Then you have to get Panther and
no, I don't because I don't have to have them all. I just
it must be balanced, sir. If you have He-Man with his ride, you have to have Skeletor with his ride. That's how it works.
See, I'm just going for heroes though because Skeletor was the first one they did.
Skeletor was the real hero of that
huge.
Show.
And it is a massive, like he's on his crazy throne. Like he's not with Snake Mountain. That would be cool, but I don't need that one because I also thought about getting the Prince Adam mold too, and I'm like, no, because then they're just standing there side by side doing the same fucking thing. It'd be weird. So
That's
I think
getting too much.
It's like the hard part is like I don't need all of the accessory characters, but I thought about Sorceress. Is that her name? Yeah. So I thought about her because she looks really cool.
And Tila.
I missed the Tila order, but if I'm gonna get Sorceress and I get Tila, then I have to get Man at Arms, and then I have to get Cringer. But that would be a great set, like just to sit there. But then I would be tempted to get all.
But then you gotta get Stratos, and then
I don't need all of them. I just need the core characters. It's kind of like
if you go back to that cartoon, Stratos was a big core character.
Dude, there's a fuckload of characters in that show that I've never even fucking heard of, and they're just like.
No, but Stratos was a big.
But I'm saying I don't know Stratos at all. But also
the eagle guy, it's the bird guy, the gray guy with the wings.
Oh, that guy. I don't know who the fuck he is.
The big eyes.
Yeah, he's got the goggles or whatever. But no, it's like to me, I don't know who the fuck that character is. It's just some bird dude. It's like
the bird dude.
He looks like
He's Birdman. Harvey Birdman.
Yeah, he looks. I mean, kind of. It's like, but like, I think wasn't Harvey Birdman basically just Hawkman on his day off?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So I mean, that is what it is. But yeah, it's just been basically just I need to clean my desk for the love of God. I've got so many figures sitting out here; it's embarrassing. Oh, and Rusty sent me a message last night, or early this morning. You guys fucking sending me messages in the middle of the night when I'm asleep.
I don't send you nothing. I sent it to the group. Quit trying to pump your head up.
You sent it to everyone. Either way, but he's like, when he saw that I had the New Age Michael coming, the second New Age Michael, because they forgot they already had a Michael. It's so fucking stupid. They forgot they already had a character with the same name. He's like, hey, we could do a co-review. I'm like, I mean, we could.
It would be stupid,
but no. it's like I've done a
Rusty, you need to calm down, dude.
I mean, I've done one or two co-reviews in the past, and they are a fucking pain. Like, because like the hard part is you have to be able to communicate during the review. So we'd have to either be here or on StreamYards or something and be able to see both things at the same time and communicate. It's just not worth it. I mean, I told him, I was like, and I don't do normal reviews anymore. So that was the other part. I was like, I don't really do that. It's like, you just want me to come on your review to talk about the thing you're talking about? That seems silly. I was like, you're just going to come on the show and talk about it anyways. So once I have it in hand and I can, do it, that's the thing that's missing right now.
Tell him I'll do it, but I'm definitely taking a 1000% contrarian perspective. Like everything he says, I'm going to say the opposite.
Yeah.
Yep. Like, oh, this yellow is great. I'm like, that shit's blue.
Were you getting it though? I thought you weren't getting that one.
What? No.
Okay.
I don't need to. If it's in here, I can look at his. I'm just going to say the opposite of everything he fucking says. He's like, oh, look how bright this yellow is. I'm like, that's blue, motherfucker.
Yeah. And like, at least he's going to have the perspective because he's got the Pengu Toys version too. So that's actually going to be a pretty good fight.
You had.
Whoa. Your audio just went. It did the thing.
There you are.
I don't know if that's better.
Yeah, it's back to my microphone.
Now it's good. Yeah. For a second,
I don't know why it dropped out and went to my computer for some stupid fucking reason. Like it's all.
Yeah, that is
maybe
weird.
They fried my microphone in the X-ray thing at the airport.
That shouldn't happen.
Because it's when I moved the arm is when it happened.
Maybe it's just bending the cord in a certain way.
Nah, I don't fucking know. Now I gotta get another one. God damn it!
Or just get a new cord.
But
or just get one of these. Because at this point, it's the same price.
Oh, yeah, you have the same thing. You have Gabriel back there.
Yeah, no, I've got Gabriel, but I'm saying like
he has Pengu.
But I'm saying he's got the Pengu and the Michael for comparison. So I mean, because that'll be an interesting one. Because I know how good this is. I love this. This is one of my favorite fucking Transformers. Like
my Terminus Giganticus is better.
I don't like that one as much. I don't even own it, but I don't like it as much.
I don't own that one, and I'm telling you.
Well, the funny thing is, like, in comparison, I actually think this one looks better. In my opinion, it's like something about the shoulders on the.
Mine is the opposite. Mine is, I think this one looks better. The wings is what throws me off on the Gabriel. The very stunted kind of.
See, I like the wings. I mean, like, because I hate the.
I want them big and obnoxious.
See, I hate the ones that are well, one, it would be hard as fuck to fit on the shelf if those wings were any bigger. Ooh, excuse me, but I'm actually starting to think. Because this doesn't make sense. Him versus Scorponok does not make sense because they're not remotely the same size. But if I put the Michael in place of that one and then just find a new place for him to go, maybe. It's like, because if I keep that one. I think that'd be too small though. Well, no, because he's sized
smaller than Scorponok.
Because he's sized to all of the New Age figures, realistically.
Yeah, but you're talking about against that Scorponok.
I know, but then again, I might just give it a Scorponok. Yeah. That would actually make way more sense if I lose Scorponok, sell it off, because like that's the only city bot I have, realistically.
I'll still fight that scaled to their own bullshit till the day I die. It is not scaled properly. That in my head. Now again, we've talked
about this a lot. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that Omega you have scales perfectly to a legend scaled figure.
Yeah, I think
they're supposed to look up at them like this, not like just tilt you. It's not. It's supposed to be you trying to look Chris in the face, not me trying to look Chris in the face.
Whatever. But the way I look at it is that the bot mode doesn't need to be this big, but the city mode or the base mode needs to be that big. Like, even though it's still small for base mode. So like the mass shifting is reversed, like because like his bot mode shrinks, like he actually gets bigger for alt mode in my mind, because he should be roughly the same height as Devastator, since they were friends. But I think actually the actual thing is bigger than the Devastator combiner, which is up there. So I don't know. I'll figure it out, because I might do the thing where I just take out the combiners and stuff as a display like this, and do it like most other people do. Just have all your fucking combiners standing together, because that might work out better. And then I'll just sell off Scorponok. Hell, I still got to sell off my Hasbro Omega Supreme. I still have him. He's in a box, just fucking chilling.
The boys have him in their stuff.
Yeah, mine's slightly customized. Slightly.
No,
I added some detail paint and made the eyes light up, and then that broke, which pissed me off. I think they got some super glue inside the switch, and then it just fucking won't work anymore. Pissed me off. I did so much work to make those eyes light up. Oh, so due to the conversation we had on Pake's channel, I've gone down the DX9 Stunticon route. Yeah. So I'm going to get So because they're reissuing them now, like, fuck. Okay.
Yeah, but they're not the same. Like that one came with a Build-A-Figure. The original DX9 set came with a Build-A-Figure inside of it.
I don't need all that.
It was the Orion Pax from the cartoon. The
Optimus that's right.
That transformed into the fucking cup mold.
I got it. Yeah. See, but I'm fine with it, because like, I mean, the hard part's going to be getting Capone, I guess, because he was just reissued. But like the pre-orders are out, so I got to snag it the second it hits stock.
I'm betting they're going to do a box set.
Well, right now they're reissuing them separately. So it would be great, but they got to sell the trailer separately. So I mean, the box set would be ridiculous.
Oh, they didn't.
I thought they did.
X-Transbots sold there separately. This was all one thing. Capone was just in a huge long box, dude.
Yeah, because he has a massive fucking trailer. Because the trailer is Minosaur, basically.
Is the frame?
Yeah. Same way, kind of.
Everybody did it. XTBs. It was the frame too.
Yeah,
they sold it separate and charged you full price for that.
Yeah, yeah. The only people who did the trailer differently was Fans Toys, because the trailer became part of Motormaster. Basically hid the whole fucking thing. But like, I don't want them for bot mode. I want them for fucking combined mode to fit with everybody else. So, and they fit right in with the toy world and everybody else. So that's why I want it. So I did
there with all the Zeta and Raiden and all that. That's all right there.
Yeah. So I ordered Drag Strip because it was in stock. And it was a $6 difference between TF Source and BBTS. So I said, fuck it, BBTS, because I do $4 shipping. It's like,
I know it's not cartoon accurate, but I still need to hunt down. There was a thing, Bobby actually showed it on his channel. There's somebody put out a customizable kit that you added to this, to where it lets you put the car bots on the front of the legs.
You know what's funny is somebody just said that in Pake's
it's hard to find. It's like some dude in Australia, and he was making them like to order, and it wasn't just you just switch them to the front.
He
had multiple plugs
Yeah.
with different attachments, because you could put them on with the hoods facing down, you could put them on with the hoods facing up, you could do this, you could do that. Like, it was a whole bunch of stuff you could do to it.
Yeah.
But like, I know that's cartoon accurate with the gray fronts, but I want to be able to see my cars. I have two fucking nice cars that are sitting there. You can't even see them.
Yeah, I never considered the fact that I don't even have to buy all of them. I could literally just not buy the leg cars at all, and it would be fine. But
the problem is they're the two coolest cars on the set anyway.
Yeah, so I'd have to get just Dead End and Drag Strip. I wouldn't have to get the other two. The funny part, yeah. But like Wild Rider and Breakdown. Yeah. And for me to remember that is impressive. If we hadn't just had the conversation, I wouldn't have remembered.
Well, I didn't just have the conversation. I remembered, so I'm impressed.
I know. Yeah, but you own them. You own them too. Funny thing is,
you own them. You own Stunticons. Just
no,
not those.
I have no Stunticons.
You don't have the Legends ones?
No. I didn't, because I don't buy Magic Square.
I got the Legends one, I got the Fans Toys ones, and I got the DX9 ones.
No, I got no Stunticons at all. Like, because
for being a snotty fucking snob.
I didn't even buy the Combiner Wars ones, like, because they were so shit. Like, I didn't want them. Like, the closest I got, I was gonna say closest I got was something else, but no, I've handled the Combiner Wars ones because my friend had them.
Yeah, you did,
but I don't own them. Like, I have no Stunticon team at all, and the fact that New Age hasn't followed up on theirs at all pisses me off. I assume they'll just drop all 5 at once.
Being a goddamn snob and get the Magic Square one.
No.
You can have both.
No, I
Like
can't.
I have a New Age Devastator and a Magic Square Devastator right there, and nothing happened. The end of the
Good
world
for
did not come
you. I
about.
don't want that.
Fucking snob.
I got a Toy World Devastator and a New Age Devastator. That's
Yeah,
enough.
see, so quit being a goddamn snob.
I'm not
Get
being
the
a
Magic
snob.
Square.
I just like my one brand. I don't need to
Mm.
have a mix and match of brands.
You-
That's why all the
As
combiners
I
I
look
have are
over his shoulder at a DX9 Gabriel and a Hasbro fucking Scorponok and fucking what you call it?
what Zeta, and Zeta,
Studio Series fucking or Studio Cell Unicron Zeta
Zeta,
Toy World.
Zeta. All it's like
Planet X right
like
behind you.
Toy World,
like,
Toy World, Toy World, Toy World, Toy
He's
World.
like, I'm a brand snob.
Oh, I keep
Correction.
forgetting.
I love everything
No.
except for Magic Squares.
No, when I have a line of things, I don't mix and match. It's like these are not a line; these are individuals. It's like
no,
if
those are lines. Those are magic. Those are MP combiners, and you got 2 different brands right there. 3 different brands.
that are basically all the same brand.
No,
One way, yes.
Zeta, DX9, and Toy World. They're different brands.
No, DX9 is not, but Zeta, Toy World, Moon Studios, and fucking Studio.
Never been proven about Moon Studios or Studio, so those are all assumptions.
It's never been proven except for the fact that it's exactly
Never
the
been
same
proven.
mold.
And
that
and the Studio Cell, which I have over there somewhere too.
yeah, Studio
is-
Cell.
It
Which,
wasn't made by Zeta. It was designed by Zeta and sold to another
Still
company
Zeta.
that made it. No, they
still
didn't make
Zeta.
it.
It's Zeta on the inside.
You're so stupid.
It's like it's like
Fucking
it's like
dumb.
saying Alexis isn't it's like saying Alexis is not a Toyota. When
It's not.
96% of the parts are Toyota
It's
parts.
it's a Microsoft product, isn't it?
Alexis? No, you're
Alexa.
talking about Alexa.
That's what you said. Play it
Alexa.
back. You said Alexa.
Alexa, Google Rusty Trombone.
Ugh.
I'm not sorry, everyone who has this on speaker.
You're welcome.
Siri, what is the Rusty Trombone?
What is the rusty trombone? And it'd be funny if it pulled up his fucking shit.
That would be
funny.
hilarious. What we need to do is buy the URL for it and like automatically register it to
And just
Rusty's
embed
website.
it.
Just
So
embed it
it
to
just goes
Rusty's
straight to
website.
him.
Go straight to him. That'd be great. We'll do that.
It's almost
tomorrow.
worth. It's almost
Also-
worth. The juice is almost worth.
That
the
is
squeeze on
the
that
juice
one.
is almost worth the squeeze on that one. All right. What else? I don't want to talk about stuff I just got because that'd be teasers. I think other than that, I'm good. Because like I said, we got 2 fucking weeks to catch up on. I feel like I watched. Oh yes, the last couple things I watched that I wanted to mention. Some comedy specials. So I watched the latest Bert Kreischer comedy special, Razzle Dazzle. He's so fucking dumb. Like Bert is so fucking dumb, but I love him. Also watched his roast on OnlyFans. That was
What?
fun. What?
You watched him on OnlyFans?
So they did a roast, like you normally do on Comedy Central, but they're taking the roasting stuff away from Comedy Central. They're like, fuck you, you're not the only one who can do this. So Whitney Cummings set it up, and she has
somebody named Whitney Cummings is on OnlyFans.
yes, Whitney Cummings, but she's not on OnlyFans proper. She's on OnlyFans TV, which is a streaming service for free. You don't have to pay for any of it. You can just do shit like that. So there's not that type of OnlyFans content on OnlyFans TV. You don't have to sign in for anything. You just fucking pull it up and watch it. So the roast was funny, but it was edited all to hell. Like whoever fucking chopped that, especially the last 15 minutes of it, whoever edited the last 15 minutes of that fucking, I know it was utter chaos because you can tell it was utter fucking chaos, but it was chopped to shit to fucking make it work. Because Bert got shit faced and was damn near passing out by the end of it, which is impressive for him. And then just the end of it was such a shit show. It was funny up until that, but then his actual special was pretty funny. I also watched I started watching the Ryan Sickler special, which is on YouTube. It wasn't that funny. Like, I like Ryan Sickler as a comedian, but that special just didn't hit me. I fell asleep during it. But I did watch the Big J Okerson new special, which is also on YouTube. I like these guys who just throwing shit up on YouTube for anybody to watch now. That was fucking hilarious because he recorded it at the last Skankfest I think it was in Vegas. I think so. It was really goddamn funny. If you've never seen Big J Okerson, he looks kind of like Rikki if Rikki had spiky hair. No, worse. Like he purposely spikes it and then has a red streak in it. You got you've got better hair than Big J.
Oh,
But you also don't wear fingerless gloves as a 40-plus-year-old man.
You don't know what I do.
You said in the background, you're like, you still have a chain wallet?
I think I actually do in a
I still have my chain.
Somewhere.
I still have the chain, but not the wallet. I actually
have the wallet that is attached to it. I think it's all in like some drawer in there because I don't get rid of much of anything. I kind of.
Oh, that wallet fell apart, but I kept the chain. It fell apart at work. That's how bad it was. I kept the chain. It was still in my work backpack from when the fucking wallet fell apart on me. That's how long I kept that wallet together. But I thought about actually just adding a rivet to my current wallet just for the fuck of it.
Just bring it back.
Yeah.
They're selling Jinkos still, so you can really.
No, they've gone back to selling Jinkos. Like they actually,
but they're stupid expensive. Like
I know they're like $450, like
for a fucking pair of jeans. Eat my dick.
It's like this better have been like woven together by like the children of some Chinese fucking emperor. Yeah, somebody big up there. It's like we're made of silk.
That brand's been dead for 30 years. It is not worth that price anymore.
I mean, I don't know why you need leg dresses anyways.
Because it's funny.
Because I had friends who definitely
walk around with midgets stuck up in there.
Or whatever. You could literally put anything up in there. I swear to God, skateboarders.
That's what she said.
I swear skateboarders actually kept the skateboard in the pant leg and just would drop it out and keep going.
I used to have friends. I'll say, I had a friend.
We all used to have friends.
Yeah. I used to have a friend that would wear Jinkos.
Yeah.
And tuck them in to the socks.
Oh yeah,
long socks, and then blouse them over so you couldn't tell they were tucked in, and then walk into Walmart and steal cartons of cigarettes, like just dropping cartons and cartons of cigarettes. That's why Walmart put their cigarettes behind locked doors and shit, where you have to go to the lady at the register to get them.
Just that one guy was exactly.
Well, it wasn't just one of us.
I know. Oh wait, are you admitting to some things now?
I mean, the statute of limitations got to be gone from 1997 for stealing some cigarettes. So yeah.
I mean, you would hope so, but I don't know, man.
Murder's the one that lasts.
Those fucking cigarettes. The other thing, last thing I've been watching a lot of, especially this past weekend, was the Kill Tony podcast. If you've ever heard of it out there, it's a comedy podcast, like straight up comedy podcast. It's basically open mic night disguised as a podcast. So they set up at whatever club, and now they're at the mothership, the comedy mothership in Austin, Joe Rogan's club. They're set up there now, once or twice a week. He comes on, Tony, oh my God, why am I? Tony Hinchcliffe comes on there. He's got Brian Redband, who used to be Joe Rogan's guy who ran the board and the internet back in the day. And then they bring in their comedian friends to be in the panel. And then basically it's an open mic night. You have like 150 to 200 fucking people signed up, and they draw names from a hat. And those people get 1 minute to do a bit, and then they get interviewed after the fact. And I laughed so fucking hard. I should not have been listening to this while working, because I damn near fucking had a wreck because I was laughing so damn hard. Like I think the last episode featured Ron White. He was a featured guest. Oh my God. Ron White is still fucking funny as shit. And mind you, the guest is doing nothing but playing along. Like they're not the one doing the stand-up. It's just the other fucking randoms. But I suggest it if you feel like a laugh. And like to see like newbie comedians, like there are people on there that's literally their first time ever being on stage to do stand up, and they're doing it in front of world famous fucking comedians and like 400 fucking people. So it's pretty fucking cool. And next time we go to Austin, if they're doing a taping, I'm gonna try to get tickets, because I think it'd be a lot of fucking fun. So not that I want to push people to go to a different podcast. I want you to listen to this one, but
I don't care.
But if you're into fucking comedy, it's definitely worth it. Because most of the time when it's a comedy podcast, it's two comedians sitting there talking about whatever, and then laughs happen. In this case, it's literally just fucking comedy. So it's worth it. And he's got a few regulars that are pretty fucking funny or really fucking weird one way or the other, So I think it's worth it. But I'm done talking for now. It's Ricky's turn. Ricky, you talk for an hour now.
Working baseball.
Fuck off.
I'm done. Working baseball.
I know there's more than that, motherfucker.
I don't know. What did I get in? Okay.
I don't know. It's been 2 weeks. We'd have no idea.
I can show you one thing because it's right here. But I got in the Mezco 89 Batman.
That is a weird pose for that cape.
Well, I was just doing it because I was finally excited to get this cape on because they're a bitch and a half to get on because of the ring that has to pop on and all that.
Yeah, I heard somebody really complaining about that. Like, and they said
People complain about everything. They're all a bunch of fucking bitches.
No, a bunch of people had QC problems, especially around the cowl and the cape.
It's literally it's because they don't pay attention to the instructions that come with it. Literally tell you that there's a O-ring like with the cape sewed onto it.
Sure.
And on the body, there's a neck piece that comes up that has little tabs that stick out, and you have to put it on underneath one tab and then work it around so that it pops underneath. And once you do that, it all sits flush. Everybody else is just pushing it on and going, "It's not sitting right."
Yeah.
Brr, fucking morons.
Yeah.
But as soon as you do that, it works fine.
Yeah.
It's easy. It was just a bitch to get it to do it.
But I mean, we do know that Mezco does have some issues sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking to a guy who had well over 100 of them at one point in time in my collection. Yeah, I'm not saying they're perfect by any stretch of the imagination.
The possibility that there are some fuck-ups from the factory is definitely there.
And then I remember like people pre-hating it.
Pre-hating?
Oh yeah, they were pre-hating it because somebody posted a picture. Where the fuck did it go? I'm gonna go off on somebody here in a minute because one of my Batman heads is not on here. Oh, it's here on my desk. Ooh, I was about to lose my mind.
Up in
so here. This is let's see if I can get it to come in. The Keaton head, you see it?
Yeah.
Well, this is the one that you can.
Why am I looking on that camera? I don't know. I should look over here. I see it.
You can look at the eyes.
Yeah. It's got the moving eye thingy.
It's got the moving eyes. Well, before it actually released, somebody posted a picture. They found a pre-promotional version of it or whatever, and it had like this long ass stick sticking out of the back of it where you had a moving eyeballs.
Yeah.
And people were flipping the fuck out and da. Look how tiny that little tiny ass little knob is that sticks out of the back of that. And people were like, "Oh my god, it's the worst thing ever! I hate it already." People were selling their pre-orders. It was awesome.
Didn't Hot Toys used to do that on their first original like eye movement things? I mean, it didn't stick out the back of the head.
They still have it, but it was like a tool you stuck in there.
You would either do that and adjust both eyes, or you'd have to take the back of the head off and move each individual eye. Yeah, but I mean, like that. But that technology has come so fucking far. Why anybody would believe that is clearly stupid.
Like one of the other big ones, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it on here, but you see it's kind of a grayish instead of black. It's because there was a powder on it, and they literally told you
talked about this. Yeah,
they literally told you this. They put this powder on there that kept this because this is one of those seamless rubber bodies with a metal frame, and they put that on there so nothing would stick to it during shipping. It would come out of the box unstuck to stuff and without shit fucking with it. And then all you have to do is wipe it off. Like I took a freaking like Kara's glasses. I got one of her towels and I put a little bit of water in the corner and just wipe it all right off. Come right off.
Yeah.
People are flipping the fuck out about it. And And I'm like, people just want to bitch about everything. And they're like, oh, well, it doesn't work right because you can't move. It has no articulation. Man, people are posting pictures of them wrapping the legs around his fucking heads and stuff. It's just you have to learn how to work the body. And one of the things that worked is one of the guys in one of the Mezco groups I'm in, he had bought multiples. So he literally stripped it. Like he ripped all the rubber off of one of the bodies. So all you had was the metal frame. And he posted a picture of it. He goes, now you can see all the joints. You see where they're all at. You see how they all work. Just remember that while you're moving the figure. Yeah. And then all of a sudden people stop bitching about it. And like, okay, so now it's less of that shit finally. What else did I get in? I finally got my final Dinobot for my Planet X Dinobot sets. I got Sludge in. So I have him now. Just opened him last night. I opened while I was on my trip up north. Pinkerton showed up and he says, "Hey man, I got something for you," and he just handed me some stuff. And one of them was Falcon, G.I. Joe Falcon. So the classifieds.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm thinking Marvel Falcon. That's why I was
pretty pink red lipstick Falcon. Mine's not as bad as some of the pictures I've seen. I mean, so it's not horrible. I just opened him today. And then he gave me a Mezco Batman, a Toy Fair Batman to add to my collection.
I'm surprised he didn't give you a Lady J.
I have Lady J.
Or was it Scarlet? Well, no, that wasn't Scarlet. Who was
That's it? Brink that does Scarlet, dude.
No. I'm saying because he just found like that whole
cover girl
thing on clearance. No. It was the 3 3/4 Lady J on because he just bought a whole bunch of them, posted on Facebook.
Were those? I didn't think those were 3 3/4. I think that was the classifieds on retro cards.
Because they look tiny. That's why I was. I'll go.
I thought those were classified on retro cards.
Fuck, this is not Facebook. What is this? Oh, I was confused.
That's called Pornhub.
No, it was
no because running.
No, when you put, I had my SHOKY page up, not my personal, and I was like, "What the hell?" Like, because I don't follow that much with my actual page, so it just shows you random shit. Otherwise, hold on, let me go to the Pinkerton. There it is.
It was in Realm, I think.
Either way, it'll find it. Oh yeah, it wasn't Realm. Figured just searching would find it. You don't have to look for it. I can look for it.
Yeah, I know.
You keep talking. Because it's great podcast.
So I opened Falcon Day. I haven't opened Batman yet because I told him I'm pretty sure I already have that one because it's the Toy Fair version. Let me see if I can point at them. That shelf there, those first 3 shelves,
sure,
those are all Mezco Batmans. Like that's all their Ascending Knights, that's all their Sovereign Knights, and that's all the Supreme Knights and their Batman Beyond.
Yeah, those are. It's the retro card one. That's what it is.
Yeah, but they're classified retro card, right?
Yeah, it's just because they're by themselves, they look tiny until when he shows them next to the other stuff he got. How he got a fucking NECA shredder for fucking $1? Like Walmart was
crazy shit,
dude. Walmart was just getting rid of shit. Like I check my Walmart clearance aisle now. Like whenever I go, and I only go for toy shopping.
And now that I'm talking to you, I might have to hit him up and owe him an apology because he felt bad. He's like he wanted to surprise me with the Batman. Like I didn't know anything about it.
Oh,
and I was like, I'm pretty sure I already have that. That's the black on black one. And he's like, oh shit. And it's like I was trying to get you something that I thought you'd think was cool. I'm like, oh, I think it's cool. I'll still take it. And then I was just gonna leave it in the box. But now that I'm thinking about it, the all black on black one that I have, which is that one right there, it's the Ascending Knight all black on black. That's the Hong Kong. I ended up getting the Hong Kong exclusive version because I couldn't find the Toy Fair one. So if it's the Toy Fair,
motherfuckers. All right.
So anyways, got
hold
that.
On. I got to interrupt you ever so slightly. Sorry.
I don't care. Do your thing,
dude. I mentioned it earlier. Fucking Hasbro releasing all these deluxe versions of the figures they've already fucking released. Today they showed off their fucking re-release of Rita Repulsa. Looks fucking fantastic. It's painted all the shit. New head sculpt. Oh my god. Fuck Hasbro and their assholes. Like, I bought a shitty version of fucking Rita to begin with, and now I gotta buy one that actually
how's that their fault?
Huh? Because they didn't put the effort in the first time, and now they're putting it in the second time. And they showed off the rest of the fucking MMPRs, fucking Tommy, Kimberly, Zach, and some extra fucking accessories, and the next monster. And the problem is with the deluxes, they fucking charge $35 fucking dollars.
You think they're gonna do all those upgrades for free?
Huh?
You think they're gonna do all those upgrades for free? Of course they're gonna charge you for it.
Yeah, but it's 98% the same figure. Like it's not unless they
brand new head sculpt. It's all painted up,
and the rest of it's the same. Like
better accessories.
The painted accessories. That's the same accessories, just painted. But like with the Power Rangers, at least they're giving you upgraded bodies. They finally switched to the pinless bodies. Like that's the only real upgrade they did there, plus new head sculpts. But remember you asked if they had the morpher, like the one that they could hold. Now the deluxe ones come with that. Like they're basically playing up catch up with Super 7.
They're doing the same thing Hasbro's done since 1983, which is making you buy more of their stuff and repaints.
Yeah, but the annoying part is they saw what Super 7 did a year and a half later and went, "Oh, we should have done that." And so they sell you the same shit you already bought with more accessories that they excluded the first time.
Nothing to do with Super 7, man. Hasbro's done that literally since day one.
I know,
doing
but
that for 40 years. They invented that move.
Yes, I know. I'm not saying that they're not doing because it's not Hasbro. What I'm saying is they were perfectly fucking happy with what they sold the first time. Fans bitched, and then Super 7 said, "Hey, we'll give them all the shit they actually want."
Yeah.
And so Hasbro
but then when you get those figures,
they
don't. Yeah, you get those figures and they have 15 points of articulation and they don't stand up. I'm stating just facts of what I know because I'm looking at probably close to 30 Super 7 figures right here in my shelves. So I'm not talking out my asshole. They're not great figures. They just look good.
Yeah, but they also come with all the accessories.
And they come with
should come with.
Well, not should would. They come with a fuck ton of accessories regardless of whether they should or not come with them. Like I have between just my Thundercats where I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, probably like 20 Thundercats figures.
Yeah.
I think I already have 7 sort of omens in the dagger mode
because they have so many
random
of them.
People. But it comes with random people have it. It's not just Lino has them.
Yeah, that part.
Lino had one. Pumra had one. this person had one, that person had one. One of them came an accessory kit. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. How many of these motherfuckers do I need?
Just in case you lost one.
Yeah.
But like
Snarf.
Yeah.
Their Snarf is coming with another one.
I knew Snarf would come with one. But like, so I've got at least one fully complete MMPR set, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I have the extra versions of other characters, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now they're giving us the same fucking characters with at least the same accessories, and then ones they should have given us in the first place, because half of them came with regular blade blasters, half of them came with a blade blaster with a blade, and then none of them came with a properly compacted blade blaster. But now all the new ones will come with all three versions, so you can decide.
You got the Mezco ones come with all that, and they actually transform.
I just don't like the Mezco look.
They look literally just like them.
That's why I don't like it. I don't want it to look like it just came out the screen. If I wanted that, I would have got the 3016 scale, which I actually would have done, but those were expensive. If I didn't have lightning, I would have bought the fucking 16 scale and actually make use of these fucking details.
Like the Mezco ones went so far as their weapons all combined to become that big, huge.
Well, they all do that. They all do that. Everybody does that shit.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I've
the
never
Hasbro does.
seen anybody display it like that.
Mine's like that. They're right there with they're holding.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can totally see it.
Yeah.
Right behind your big
I've
fat
only
fucking
taken
head.
pictures, but you never look at anything I do. It's fine.
I don't look at anything anybody does.
Exactly. But I can't
even tell you the last time I listened to one of our episodes. It's been a while.
The Super 7 ones come with the crappy gray toy versions of the weapons that also combine. So that's funny. But the Super 7 ones come with every head of every person who played that fucking Ranger. So you don't have to buy multiples. You can just swap the fucking heads.
Unless you want to have every one of those displayed. And
yeah,
but then if you want to buy multiples, they're $55 a fucking piece. You buy multiples of Hasbro, they're $20 a piece.
Well, now they're not. They're $35 a piece to get
Which
the
is
new
still
ones.
not $55 fucking dollars.
But it's fucking Hasbro. Like paying $35 for a Hasbro product. And you get,
which is better than the Super 7 product,
and you're getting fucking stupid flame effects that nobody wants. Like, why? It's like next they're going to give us an explosion to go behind them so we can recreate every time they morph. Actually, that might be cool if they sell us an explosion in a box, as long as it
have the explosion effect where it's like the bad guy blows up it's always the rock quarry. No matter where they're fighting at, it's always the explosion always happens at the rock quarry.
Yeah.
Just have that like as a diorama display behind your guys. Just have your figures flying through the air. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, or have something else
doing that jump fucking thing.
Yeah, exactly. So they'll down low, fly over camera. Yeah, exactly.
It'll work great in your place where they all like to shelf dive.
They fall over anyways.
Have the explosion behind them, so every time they fall, it just makes sense.
You know what'd be funny is I want to set up a ring cam that's just at the bottom of all of my billies, looking up, so we can
catch them as they dive.
It's a shelf dive cam. Well, I guess in theory it could be at the top, but for some reason I feel like it'd be funnier at the bottom.
What was the movie where they did that? Where people were like just diving like that? It was like a zombie movie or something, wasn't it? Where they were just like they just started going out of the windows.
God knows. Probably done it all kinds.
Mm.
It sounds like World War Z, if anything.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. Cool. I just saw that and it pissed me off because that Rita because the Super 7 Rita is really fucking looks fantastic and it'll probably stand. The Hasbro one has tiny little feet and she's so off balance with the big fucking frill and all that shit. They're like, where is my Rita anyways?
Is her dress soft
fabric?
Goods?
It's soft goods. Yeah.
I was gonna say that's one of the ones where they should have made the solid cone.
Yeah, exactly. That would have made way more sense, but she would have been heavier.
You have the soft goods up top and on the cloak and all that.
Yeah. So soft goods for the arms, but the skirt solid. But then like the only reason my Rita is standing is because I'm propping her up with her staff.
It's like because she's leaning on somebody.
Yeah, she's actually her staff is holding her up, but also like some of her accessories got lost, like easy, like they were so small they just fucking got lost. It just pisses me off that they gave us a new, better one for more money. If it was the same money, I'd have nothing to complain about.
But then it would be the same figure.
No, give me the update at the same price.
That's the problem is they're not going to give you the free update, dude. You have to pay for
They're justifying inflation is all they're doing. They're justifying their inflation is all they're doing.
You must be new to collecting.
I'm not, but
never ever buy a Transformer. You'll
when it goes
lose your fucking mind.
When it goes from $19.99 to $21.99 to $23.99 on the base market to, oh, by the way, here's just a couple more very, very small plastic things.
I'm pointing
$35.
at, you can't see because of the frame right there, but that's a G1 Soundwave.
Fuck your frame.
That was $19.99 when we were kids.
Sure.
And then the reissue was $80. And it's the same exact figure. And
we're not even going to talk about those Walmart reissue costs because that never made sense. No cost, dude. $50 for Prime with no trailer made no sense.
And that thing was like $12.99 back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, like those G1 reissue costs never made sense. Everyone just played the waiting game after the initial hype. But anyway, sorry to interrupt with stupid toy talk. But now that I know
talking about toys, that's all. It don't matter.
But now that I know it's a thing, guess what? I'm going to go fucking pre-order now.
Buy it. Buy it right now. You should get like a belt and like whip yourself like the what do they call that?
The monks are
flagellate yourself. Yeah, you should be whooping yourself while you order it.
I will say at least they gave us a better Billy head sculpt on the new one.
Yeah.
You can take his glasses off.
Oh, cool. Do they give you little contacts to put in?
No, but that would be. I wouldn't.
They half-assed.
You'd half-assed. Could you? Yeah. But they'd be like 1993.
You lose
contacts.
Real 1/1 scale.
They're
all the time.
They're 1993 contacts, so they're glass.
Yeah, they're solid as fuck.
Yeah.
So this I actually got a few weeks ago, and I've forgotten to talk about it. When it's brought up, and I feel kind of shitty. But like my ex-wife and her baby daddy took the kids to like a Comic-Con because like he's kind of a nerd. He's like big into anime stuff. So they took him to like not a Comic-Con, but like a con down in Orlando.
Gotcha.
And
probably Otakon.
I don't sure. It was a toy show con thing, and the boys were walking around. They I didn't know anything about it, but they had gotten together and they'd put money together between them. And got me something while they were down there. Oh. And I was like, oh, that's over the top. Y'all didn't, they're telling me on the phone, we got you something. We're not going to tell you what it is, though. I'm like, okay. I was like, that's over the top. Y'all don't have to do that, man. Your money, we give you that money for you to get stuff that you want. And they're like, well, we wanted to get you something to put in your display.
Look, your kids like you. I mean,
which is crazy. But like, you can't really see it too well because I have boxes there from where I'm packing up Masterpiece. But you've seen this is a whole Soundwave display. This whole thing is just all different variants of Soundwaves.
See,
and the boys actually picked me up this. It's like this little Soundwave statue.
I've seen those. A little PVC statue. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I guess you can like connect them together.
Yeah,
like
those had the connectable base. They're like the small version of the GameStop thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. And they're all excited because they bought the Optimus and one of the other ones for themselves. So they want to like put them all together and put them in my display. And I'm like, I'm down for that.
There's something fun about when the bases connect.
Yeah,
like because
like I like that's what I like about your Iron Studio stuff is not how they connected, but how they just kind of all kind of go
fit together.
Yeah.
Oh, which by the way, the
this
thing
autofocusing is getting on my fucking nerves.
Yeah, it is. It's because the lighting is dim, so it's having a hard time. But the like the mutants, you can see how they kind of work with Mumra. There's like a few cutouts that are kind of close, but then like compared to the Thundercats ones where you have like where they clearly would interlock a little bit, but they'd be like right on top of each other if you did it that way. But like some of the other statues I have, like they have like exact fucking cutouts. Like this shit goes right the fuck here, So I like it when they're made to go together and actually make like a scene. It's kind of cool. I'm trying to fix your.
Yes.
Fix it, Rikki. Fix it.
Turn autofocus off.
Yeah.
There you go. So they got me that.
That's
I haven't had a chance really to show it off. Or
I wish people would buy me things.
Yeah.
I don't have anybody cool to buy me things.
So that was pretty cool that they did that, dude. Like it was unexpected, and I really like it.
Do they have a world's smallest version of Soundwave? Like
I don't know.
They're like that big.
I know which ones you're talking about. I have some really small Soundwaves. I even have some really small Soundwaves that actually transform in that collection. Like I have Soundwaves that I don't even put in there anymore. Like I've taken them all out. I have way too many.
Yeah.
But I have them. They're all over the place in there. Because I know like what's his name, Dr. Wu. I have his Soundwave and Sound Blaster, and those fully transform. And they're super small.
Yeah.
But if there is a world's smallest, it's probably expensive as fuck. Those things go for crazy aftermarket monies.
Yeah.
So,
Well, at least those kind of make sense to sell because it didn't make very many of them. When you see those titanium figures go for big money, it's when it's stupid.
I have one of those too, the
Yeah.
metal ones that has like a base. It's down there. I just put it in tape mode because the bot looked like trash.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
Trying to find a thing.
But yeah, that's so those. I'm trying to think. Did I talk about Alf last time?
You did. You had just
guess I
gotten the
got
Alf.
Yeah.
Okay. So I wanted to bring this up because I remember on Bobby's review you mentioned that you could get the glasses actually kind of behind his ears. I couldn't. I couldn't get mine.
See?
No, mine wouldn't go. It was way too tight. Like
See, there's a groove.
No, I know,
right.
but I'm saying it was literally like so the mold. Mine was just so tight. Okay, yeah. See where it comes out.
There
back?
it is behind his ears, right there.
Yeah. The way it came out behind his hair, right there, I could not. Like it was fucking. Like it was fucking it all up. Like,
it wasn't stupid easy. Like I think I had to flex it a little to get it to drop down into that one spot.
Mine wasn't going to flex a
But
little.
once it goes in, it moves past the head to where it can come back to squeeze together. It just drops.
Yeah. Because when you said that, I'm like, there's no fucking way. I've actually got mine to where his sunglasses are down his nose, like he's doing the Ferris Bueller. Like, so he's actually got his hand up like this, pulling the glasses down, because that's the way they sat well. And he got the perfect grooves on his nose for that. So, like, that is seriously like one of my favorite figures of the last couple of years.
Great figure.
Oh, by the way,
like my biggest complaint about it is the wrist joints are real loose. So like that cat sandwich always tries to rotate.
Okay, so yours do what my my Goliath does. My Goliath has really super loose fucking wrists.
Gotcha.
He's got these.
But Goliath didn't come with anything to put in his hands that's super heavy. So.
No, but I actually don't have the cat sandwich on display either. So, you know, he's holding his Fusco, which, by the way, I feel like an asshole.
Oh, the bag of
no,
barf.
the fucking Coke, the drink he's got. It says Fusco. I didn't know what that was a reference to, and I feel like an asshole. That's the guy. That is Alf's actor and creator is fucking Fusco. I was like, I didn't know what that was, and I watched the whole Secret Galaxy thing on Alf, and like I never realized that Alf was supposed to essentially be an alien that made it to Earth and was an actor. Like it never occurred to me. Like I just saw a TV show. Oh, Alf's on another thing. It's like, but no, he was supposedly an actual alien who came to Earth, and they did all this. And apparently,
it was supposed to be like a what's his face, Max Headroom thing.
Yeah. But it was meant to be like the whole time you weren't supposed to know if like, wait, is he just a puppet? I mean, like obviously nobody's that stupid, but like
you'd be surprised. Man. On the internet.
But like the fact that they used either the stagnant puppet or a little person or a kid running around in a fucking suit to be on screen, they never wanted to break the illusion that Alf was real, even to the point that like a lot of that stuff is canon. Like after the show ended, is all canon, even up to the sequel movie or whatever it was many years later. Once he was captured and everything else like that. And apparently even the cartoon is supposed to be canon. That's before he came to Earth. It's before he came to Earth by chance. And I guess Melmac was destroyed, which I never caught that.
Krypton that shit.
Yeah, he basically Superman, but in Alf form. And we're still waiting on the Pogs.
I'm not.
No, that was the Simpsons joke. They got Alf Pogs. You guys remember Alf? He's back in Pog form. Fucking Millhouse. I liked Alf. It was good. What did I do with oh, you know what I need to do? Because I have him with my Ninja Turtles. I need to have him where he's trying to give them the slime balls to eat. To see if that's what I should do. Like he's trying to get them to eat it. Because I've got it with the accessories pack where they're eating the chips.
The slime ball should definitely be with Baxter Stockman, the bug.
I don't have that one because like I said, movies.
You're only doing movies, that's right.
Yeah. But he's with the movie turtles, which he's way too tall for, by the way. You know, he's like 5'8" with the Ninja Turtles. He's supposed to be like by himself, he's like 3.5, but like that's the hard part. It's like he's actually the same size as Splinter, give or take.
Can you hear the dogs barking a lot?
No.
Because I'm waiting for a package to get here, and they keep barking, and I keep hoping it's them pulling up, because I have a box coming today.
Unlike normal, I can't hear the dogs barking.
Well, good, then my microphone's working properly.
Yeah, inside it does well. Outside, it's all noise.
But I got the door closed. Like
that'll do it.
I'm in
Yeah.
my office.
So I was
But
scrolling
I have one
through.
coming. It's Cover Girl and 2 Crimson Bats will be here today.
Nice. I was actually
You
just
don't hear that?
no, not at all. Surprisingly, I hear nothing. Don't fuck with it because I can't hear it. Leave it alone. For once, we don't have horrible background noise.
First of all, my dogs are never horrible anythings, but
No, the noise is.
I'm hoping that that's somebody.
Now I did.
Shit.
Oh, you know why? Because when you're not
I have
talking,
that echo cancellation off, so when I'm talking and they're barking, you can hear it.
it's the noise gate. Yeah.
Mhm.
So when you don't talk, it doesn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just scrolling through to see if anybody else had a different Trini head on their Yellow Ranger, but no, the new one has the weird pigtails versus the straight.
You know what the fucked up thing is? You know what they're barking at?
What?
Put them on blast. My neighbors across the street are in there. They open their garage door and they're fucking off over there. So my dogs are barking at them.
Dumbass dogs.
Shut up, dummies! Unless it's my toys.
Shut up unless it's about toys.
Yeah.
Now see if Hasbro wanted to sell me a new Rita, they should have done it with the fucking telescope. Just completely copy fucking Super 7 and I would have been happy. That I would have paid $35 for. Well, I still haven't paid $35 for it, so I guess I can be okay. Oh, so like the last time I bought Rita was the 2-pack with Zed, so it was worth it for $40 some odd. Buttload of accessories and 2 characters. Now you're paying the price of 2 characters and you're only getting like 2 new accessories. And a slight repaint. Oh, I forgot other things I'd done, but that's okay. We're talking about you.
I mean, I don't.
So baseball, how are the boys doing? How are the boys doing in baseball?
They've in the last couple of weeks, they've so far this season. I don't know how many we've talked about. They've lost 3 games. They lost one like last week or something.
The last time we talked, they won really good.
Man, they had like a little winning streak going, and now all of a sudden they had a 2-game losing streak, and now they broke it.
Mm-hmm.
But we have tomorrow night and then Thursday night, and then spring ball's done. Isaac did that's something that's new. So last Wednesday I was at work, and the other coach, the head coach, messaged me like, "Hey, it's like, sorry for the late minute thing, but I just got an email. Do you think you can make it to the field with Isaac tonight?" And I'm like, "Shit." I was like, "Let me find out." So I had to call my ex and be like, "Hey, I need Isaac to go to the baseball field tonight." Because he had got tapped to try out for All-Stars.
Nice.
So we went and they did the All-Stars tryouts. We hopefully know something this week. They said this week at the earliest we'll know.
Yeah.
And then that becomes baseball continues to the summer too. It becomes almost like a travel ball league at that point, because you can end up, if you go like regional and state, you can end up playing out of state for like championships and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So it could be a big deal. And he did like it.
Hopefully not at the end of May.
Yeah, blew my mind how well he did at the tryouts. Like I know he's good, but he has limitations, and I usually know where they're at.
Yeah,
I told him, I was like, just get out there and do your best, man. And that's the thing I don't like about this. That me and a couple of other coaches were talking, and we're like looking around. I'm like, have you seen any of these fucking kids here this season? I mean, we've been here all spring ball. I haven't seen none of these kids. These fucking parents who have to have all these trophies for their fucking kids will bring their fucking travel ball team kids in just for these things and sandbag the fuck out of them just so they can get more trophies on the shelf. I'm like, dude, stay in y'all shit, dude. Leave these for the kids who aren't doing that stuff.
Yeah.
And so there was a lot of talent out there, but there's one thing that I've noticed, and it was very noticeable that night. Them travel ball kids ain't as good as everybody tells them they say they are, because some of them were sucking straight ass out there. And I was like, yeah, okay. No, one of them was like almost literally like he was running and fell and almost put his face right in the other dude's ass right in front of him. That shit was funny. Let's see. So we did that. So I'm super proud of him for that. And he did really good. Like, and I told him, I was like, you can't be upset if you don't get picked, man. It'd be awesome if you did.
Yeah.
And I know it's something that he's always wanted to get all-star, because we've done travel ball and we've done regular rec ball and stuff, but he's never been on an all-star team. So he's super excited about that, but I was trying to keep it kind of low key just in case. Like, I don't want him to be butthurt by it. But he's like, I did my best. He's like, I had fun out there doing it. And if not, me and you can still go down to batting cages. I'm like, you got it, dude. You know, I'll go out there and play catch with you and stuff. So, hopefully we get good news on that. Either way, I'm proud of him for where he's at. He's been doing great. We have 0 backup catcher. So he is literally playing
He's
every game, start to finish, and the coaches keep going on. Like they're like, dude, we know we're leaning on you, and we feel so bad, but you're doing awesome out there.
Yeah,
I'm like that. See, that's the stuff that matters, dude. Is because you're stepping up when your team needs you. Like he's literally been in the dugout puking in a garbage can. Like his stomach was messed up because he ate something funny or something. And I told him, I was like, dude, you have to tell us. I said, I know you like take too much pressure, but we can always reach out to the other team because it's usually the same coaches for years in this place. We can always tell them, hey man, we don't have a catcher. Our catcher's out. This is the only guy we have. You got a backup you can lend us, which we've done. We've when we had extra catchers and extra players, you can lend them to the other team to keep the game going.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
So, I mean, we can do something. He's like, no. He's like, that's my position, and I'm not giving it to anybody. I was like, okay, you got it, dude.
Yeah, because I remember
he thought was a broken finger. Remember, he thought he broke his finger and all that shit.
Yeah.
He didn't want to stop playing that night neither.
Yeah, because you told me before, it's like he doesn't want to come out of the game. Like he doesn't want to switch out. He wants to be there. So I mean, like he's getting what he wants. So I mean, like,
and I'm proud of him, and I want to be like, fuck yeah, fuck you guys. Da da da. Like the other coach even asked me one time. He's like, when he was feeling sick, and he's like. Do you want me to ask him if he wants to sit for a minute and get somebody else over here? I'm like, you can ask him all you want to. He's going to tell you no. And he's like, are you sure? I'm like, go ask him. Oh, okay. and so he went and asked him. He's like, no, I'm good.
Yeah,
like,
I'm good. No, I'm good, coach. So
I was like, I told you so.
So I was going to ask, because you talked about the baseball a lot, obviously. Is there any other sports they do, or is it just baseball?
That's all he does. He's talked about wanting to do other stuff, but I'm not. Dude, that's too much, man.
Yeah,
not everybody's a Bo Jackson. Not everybody's a Bo Jackson. And then what the problem is if you water it down, then you're not really. I'm very big on you focus and you become good at one thing.
Yeah.
And if you get to a point where you're really good at that, you want to go branch off just to keep yourself busy. That's fine. I know there's a lot of parents out there that do that because they have those badass little kids and they do it to keep them busy. I'm like,
that's the key. Keep them out of the house, basically.
Yeah, you're doing it wrong at that point. They're not doing it because they love it. They're doing it because you don't want to fucking deal with your kids, and that's not the same thing.
Or it's a living vicariously thing.
Yeah, and that's another big one, dude. I've almost gotten into it with a couple parents about that shit, dude. I'm not a fan of that.
I'm glad I don't have any of those inklings because, like, even though like I came from a sports family, like all of my siblings played baseball. All of their kids played baseball, whatever. Me? No. Fucking no sports.
I played baseball
like,
and football when I was younger, but different. I didn't like do them at the same time. Like I played baseball all the way up until I was like,
But you didn't want to play basketball.
12 or 13, I think. I hit one growth spurt, and all of a sudden I was over 6 foot tall, and then the muscles started hitting in, and then it was just football from that point forward. In high school, I'm almost 6'4", I'm a man, so I round up. I'm 6'4", and I was like 230, just brick shit house. So I played football. You're not gonna play baseball built like. Well, nowadays you probably play.
You could if you're fast enough, yeah.
But in the '90s, I was not a baseball player. A baseball player was slim and athletic.
Yeah, if you're that big, you have to be hitting home runs because you're not fucking running bases.
Yeah, that's pretty much how that goes.
Yeah.
So I did it, but I didn't do them at the same time. But I have a lot of fun with Isaac out there doing it. Like I've told him before, he told me thank you for doing it, and I told him that right back at you, man, because I didn't have these memories. My parents divorced when I was 9 months old, so I didn't have a dad doing this shit with me. So this is how I build my memories, is being able to do it with you. So I have a blast with him, and as long as he wants to keep doing it, and as long as it's something he feels like he's doing because he wants to, not because he has to, I'll always be there for him and support him on it.
Oh yeah.
So there's that baseball. I'm trying to think. Oh, I beat that whatever the Harry Potter game is. I like maxed it out. Yeah, that thing. I'm like a level 40. You can't do nothing else to it. Blibbity bloop, bloppity blop.
So much going
on.
But
it glitched, and I'm so mad about it right now. I'm going to do another file because I'm trying to. We're close to getting we're like 3 or 4 trophies away from getting a platinum, and 2 of them are going to happen naturally because the boys have their own. They both have their own file, and Kara has her own file.
Of course.
And so those are going to force 2 of the ones. But one of the ones that's the hardest one is finding all the collectibles in the whole entire fucking game.
Sure.
And I'm the closest to that shit. But there's one collectible is like the papers from the books or whatever. They're flying around and all bullshit all over the place. There's like 150 of them. Well, something glitched in the game. Like it says I have 147 out of 150.
Yeah.
Now on the PS5, like it has this new thing now, like you can pull up a trophies hint list thing. Like it pops up on the screen, and instead of having to look online like for all the hidden shit where you'd have to use it back in the day, keep your phone over there and be like, okay, well it's hidden in that corner and like walk
Yeah.
it'll you can literally pull it up and set it to the side so it'll smash the
Oh, it
screen
has its
down a
own little window. Okay.
Dude, and it'll play video and everything, show you how
No
the
shit.
walkthrough is happening and all that. Well, when I do that for the pages one, it says I'm only missing one.
Yeah.
But I've gotten that one because I'm literally standing. I'm like right here. It's like this thing. There's like a water fountain. And there's a dragon thing that moves around. I don't know.
Sure.
And like I'm like looking at it, and like you in the video, you see the papers just flip flopping in a circle right around that, and I'm like looking at it. And they're looking around. They're like nothing.
It's there
is.
somewhere.
Like, it's not there. So that thing thinks I'm only missing one. The in-game record keeping thing inside your settings thinks I'm missing 3. And in reality, I'm missing none. They're all gone. So something glitched somewhere along the way.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's gonna fuck me from doing that. So now I'm gonna have to go on one of the kids' files, whatever, when they get done with it, and just grind it back out again.
Yeah. So speaking of games, I fucking completely since we haven't done this properly,
re-uploaded.
So I've been doing.
I haven't even fucked with it since then.
So I've been doing the new game plus, which by the way adds no new trophies. Thank God. That's what I was checking. I was looking to see. I was like, wait, did they
even if
more
it does,
trophies?
and you already have the platinum, it doesn't affect it. It just
adds
more
but I mean, like
silver and
if you
bronze.
had more to do, like the thing is, so because I haven't talked about it with you because we haven't had a chance. So couple cool new things because it's new game plus, which means you start over with all your shit, with all of your levels, with everything. So they added.
I heard they changed Gana, so that fight's just as fucking hard.
They've
now.
updated both of the main big bosses so that they have new attack
It's
patterns.
not the same.
Yeah. So how people got that fucking far that fast, other than being playtesters, I have no idea. Because like, even though you're starting over, because of course the level gets bumped, so you're starting at level 9. You know, all of your enemies, or even your very base enemies, are starting at like level 5 instead of level 2. So, you know, everything's a little harder. And even though you have all of these ridiculous power-ups, everything is still harder. And like so earlier today, I played this morning, and I was going around Alfheim. No, I'm sorry, Niflheim. I ended in Alfheim.
Which one's Niflheim again?
The dwarves.
Okay.
So I wanted to go beat that fucking dragon, right?
Right.
And so because you have all your shit, I have the fucking relic that unlocks the statues. I had already tried it in my first go through.
You never beat that dragon? You're talking about the one on the beach?
No, yeah, but I'm talking about, like, I went there before when I did Niflheim, and I couldn't fucking beat it. So I went back today after leveling up a bit more, and it still took me a solid fucking 40 minutes to beat that dragon. So it's that much harder now.
I found a cheat way to beat that dragon.
No.
Did
I mean,
tell you about that?
Yeah, you told me, because I did basically what you said.
Bridge?
Well, what I kept doing is keeping him behind that fucking pillar until I could hit him in the throat and knock him down. But like, it took me a while to get the pattern exactly right, because the first time I fought him, I was so fucking high level, I just fucking breezed right through him. So I never had to have a real fight with it. So I didn't know its play pattern. I just beat the fuck out of it the first time. Like, so, but the fact that you had the spear to begin with, you have all your shit unlocked to begin with, but everything starts at that new level. And to get to level 10, you have sub level 9s.
Yeah, I saw that, like a 9 plus.
Yeah, so it's 9 points.
Plus.
Yeah, so 9 point whatever. So the thing is, you have to gain new fucking
Technically, it goes
resources.
up to level 12. It's not just.
It technically goes up to level 15, but it caps at 10. But
which I don't understand why they did that. Why
I don't know.
Why did they just make them 10, 11, 12?
I assume there was a number problem. I assume there was a coding. They probably did it and it didn't function. Like something fucked up in it, if I had to guess. So, or people just like the number 10. There's a nice George Carlin did a whole bit on that. Either way, so I've upgraded a few of the armors and stuff like that to level 10. I only, like, it's way harder to upgrade the weapons than it used to be because some of the resources are a little harder to get. They added new resources. They did add new armors. So you start out with the new armor of the black bear, which is fucking cool. Like, it's like the original armor you start with the fucking fur cape and all that, but you get to keep it after the first fucking battle with Freya, you know, on the sled. So now you actually get the full fucking fur cape to run around with. And it's got a pretty good base level stuff. But I think the coolest thing they added was the Spartan armor, which is,
I heard about that one.
Which is not armor.
The shield?
No,
the shield
I'm
thing?
talking about armor.
Is that the one where you run around naked?
You run around essentially naked. And like, you go back to what he looked like in the original God of War games. basically. But yeah, you do get the Spartan shield. Well, I forgot the
The
exact name of
Rond
it.
or whatever.
No, it's not even Rond. It's an entirely new shield. That
It
is like,
it has the Omega symbol on it.
yeah, and it has the cutout for like the spear to go over.
Mm-hmm.
So at some point you might gain that. But actually having Atreus fully powered up is much nicer because he was such a bitch to play as at the beginning. So actually having his shit fully leveled is nice because it's so much easier to use like some of his weapons. I mean, and the fact that you can skip the cutscenes is nice. Goddamn, saves so much time. But the annoying thing is, while you have all of your weapons, you don't have all of the abilities that necessarily go with them. So even though you have the spear, you can't get to all the stuff that the spear allows you to get to.
Like the exploding thing and all
The
that.
exploding things, the fucking when they stick in the wall, so you can jump to new heights. You can't do any of that, even though you're in levels
later
that have
in the
it.
game progression.
So once you get the spear in game, yes, you can do that. But also the
Fucking
ability,
dumb. So then they still make you circle back.
you have
can't
to
just
go
do it
through all of
linearly?
it. Yes, you have to go through all of it
God,
anyways.
trash. I now don't even
So,
want to play Game
Yeah,
Plus.
so that part kind of sucks, but it does mean that you can't get to certain shit early on, which I guess is fine. But the fact that you have the spear makes certain fucking ravens easier to get. And I think they're going to give you new stuff in the raven boxes. I could be wrong because I've opened the first one already and it was a buttload of fucking supplies, not new armor or anything, but I'm guessing there'll be new armor. But I am running around in the Ares armor right now that adds more shit whenever you use Spartan Rage. And plus it looks kind of cool.
Holy shit. Sorry.
What?
I just saw a picture. The Michael, the New Age Michael?
Yeah.
Have you seen what they want for the fucking painted the dirty version of it?
Yeah, that's a little bit more than the regular price from what I saw.
$299 fucking dollars.
Yeah.
For a Legends.
Yeah,
Fuck you
but
guys.
the BBTS price is more. I bought mine.
That is BBTS. That's what I'm looking at.
Oh, okay. I thought it was more than that.
$299.99.
Okay, I thought it was more for some reason. I don't know why. No,
That's nuts.
That's why I didn't buy mine from BBTS.
Look at the New Age. Holy but they get okay. So they're giving you extra.
Oh yeah, you get the dirty vanishing point and stuff like that with the Hephaestus. Yeah,
yeah. I was sitting there looking.
No,
I, was like,
I saw that price too, and I went, "What the fuck?" And then I saw, "Oh, it comes with Bumblebee and fucking Cliff Jumper." I was like,
"But I don't need that either."
Well, I mean, if you're buying the dirty ones, you're buying the dirty ones. So why the fuck not? I'll take bonus. Dude, take bonus characters.
Okay, so hold on a second. That $299 is not the dirty version. $299 is the painted EX.
Oh, that's the EX. Yeah. So all the
dirty version is $319 goddamn dollars.
Yeah.
Holy fuck you. No,
yeah.
And you can talk whatever shit you want to. I will continue to buy my Legends from Show Z because of
that. I bought mine from another company, not overseas, but that was at a significant discount compared to that. So maybe that's why it's not here. It was fucking fake to begin with.
Holy fucking
but
balls. No, $315 for a Legends.
But I wouldn't buy the fucking dirty version. I don't like them. I don't like them as much.
I like it to be dirty, but it's sometimes you get heavy-handed with it because it's all individually painted. Like Chris had the Optimus and Megatron and Starscream, and they look nice. I've seen
they look nice, but not. I mean,
sometimes
I can
it's
weather
heavy-handed.
Them. I could fucking weather them if I wanted to. But I think like you asked if I would get the Devastator. No, I don't like the way they did that. It looks like the fucking Toy World one where the dirt is like every single one. Instead of having a cohesive dirt level, every one of them is weathered, and then the weathering doesn't work when he's in fucking Devastator mode. So if you wanted a Devastator that's dirty, you'd start with a blank and go from there. Like he got dirty in combined mode. The fact that they're dirty individually makes the combined mode look fucking weird, and I don't like that. You know, now if they give me a cell shaded one, I'm probably on board for that because I like
to have a cell shaded Toy World.
I'm talking about New Age.
Yeah, no cell.
No,
I know how I feel about cell shading.
I like certain things in cell shading, and that would be one I would get because I like that devastation look. But either way, where was I? Oh yeah, the God of War thing. What was some of the other new shit? Oh, the ability to make your weapons look like each level. Like you can change them so you'll keep it at level 10, but you can make it look like it's old.
And
the other new thing,
do different colors too. It's not just
you can change a lot. You can change so much more now. They have just straight up custom fucking armors. Like now, they don't do anything extra. They just look cool, and you just buy them. But I don't like them in particular, but they're there. The other thing is they give you new amulets or new emblems, and I think there's the reason why I checked to see if there was new trophies is because they give you the Spartan armor, which gives you no buffs, no pun intended. So you get no buffs at all from that armor. And then they give you amulets that are negative buffs. So like where you would get a bonus, it actually becomes a negative now.
Right.
The fact that they didn't add a trophy for using all of those with the no armor is strange. Like I figured that should have been a trophy set up there. Like beat the game without any armor buffs and in that mode. That seems like something they should have done, but they did not, unfortunately. So, but I don't know. It's still fun, but I was having a hell of a time fighting that fucking dragon. It's like I couldn't roll out of the way fast enough or something. Like it seemed like my dodging was like just not happening. Maybe that was a controller problem, not a game problem. But that was just really fucking annoying because I kept getting fucking clapped. And I'm like, God damn it. I was like, I fucking dodged. Why am I not dodging? You know, I was fucking pissed. And then I thought about it. I was like, oh yeah, this thing is so much higher level. I can't even block the shit it's throwing at me. I was like, no wonder I'm fucking struggling. It was like, so I had to basically hide behind shit to survive. It was still fun. It was just a pain in the dick. And I'm going through Alfheim right now, you know, fighting all the fucking light/dark elves in the middle of their war and all that shit.
Mhm.
Going through the desert right now, trying to fucking go save the underground fucking jellyfish thing. But yeah, so let's go back to where you just came from, if you're gonna talk about it.
I mean, I'm not gonna get into it, but I went up to Bobby's for the.
I mean, you can talk about your experience. You don't have to give away what y'all talked about, obviously, but
It was fun.
it was fun. Oh, okay, it was good.
Boom,
So-
there's the experience.
So what's going to happen is you'll hear Ricky's voice on Nerd Rage episode 400 is what's going
First
to happen.
time ever. I've never
Yeah.
been on Nerd Rage.
Did you not do the one when you were up there for Skullfest? Were you not in on any of those conversations?
But those weren't really Nerd Rage episodes.
I know, they're not-
They're only released on Patreon.
Yeah. I was just saying, but you've been a part
Oh yeah,
in
I've
a
been.
way.
Yeah. I was in there.
But yeah,
I
of
was
course.
in the videos and stuff of it.
Yeah, I know.
hmm
But yeah,
But
no.
yeah, no.
So
So that was pretty cool. Like
Yeah.
I flew
'Cause-
up on Friday.
I thought you said
you
threw
meet-
up.
Flew up. I immediately old manned it because I worked the night before
Yeah.
and we had baseball. And then when I got home, I had to finish packing to get ready to go. So I had like 4 hours of sleep and my flight was early in the morning. So I got up there and I just literally went straight to the hotel and old man crashed.
and that should be
laid
next-
down and went to fucking sleep.
And that's
I don't
next
know.
week.
There's a whole mess up going on. Like
Yeah.
he talked about it slowly on Patreon. And it'll probably come up in the show, but like 399 got messed up that they recorded. And it
Yeah, I saw
disappeared,
some-
So they're
Yeah.
having to redo it or some crap. So I was just joking around. I said 400 was just so awesome. It created a time dilation that was back in time.
Yeah.
399, and it'll just shit it out in the future
Dude,
somewhere.
that fucking blows. That I mean, we've been there. Like,
Because
there's
they were
some-
talking about how awesome the episode was, like some of the stuff they talked about, and like
Yeah.
fuck, man,
you
I
can't
really
and you
loved all
can't
that.
recreate that. It's like
Uh-uh.
yeah, when we've had fuck ups
The
and
spontaneity
you're like
stuff,
and
yeah.
you're like, let's just redo it. I'm like, dude, we can't fucking recapture that
Yeah,
shit.
The,
It's
the
like,
energy's different, but the story at least still comes
yeah,
out.
I mean, like if you're talking about the same subjects, that's fine, but you can't fake the conversations you may have had
Yeah.
along the way. That's why I'll put out ones that sound like shit, and I don't care. It's like it's like if I have to edit around some mistakes, I can do that, but I won't redo entire episodes if I can help it. You know,
so
just-
I don't know how he's doing it. Is what I was trying to get to.
So
he's
they'll
either
fit-
gonna,
he'll do
he's
it
either going to
somehow.
put 400 out and then 399 after, or he's pushing back the release to get 399 out and he's keeping them in numerical.
That would
I don't
suck.
know how he's doing. It.
I would just go for the drop the 400 when it's supposed to, but that's me.
I don't know.
That's not
I
my
don't know how
business,
he's
but that's what
handling
I would
it.
do. Our numbers
I don't
are
know how
fucked
he's-
anyways.
yeah. So I don't know how he's handling that. So Friday went up, old man crashed. I went to the hotel and I literally just fucking lay down, took a nap, turned the air conditioning down to like 60 and slept like a goddamn baby.
Yeah.
They had direct TV satellite or whatever there. So
Okay.
I finally, for the first time ever, got to watch Dark Side of the Ring.
Oh, nice.
Because they had Vice Channel.
Yeah.
And I watched the whole first season of it, and then I watched.
Damn.
But there's only like 8 episodes. Not right at that moment. I'm saying over the weekend.
I got you,
Like
I got
when
you.
was back at the hotel. And then I saw like the first few episodes of the second season.
Mhm.
It's actually, some of it's pretty fucked up and sad, but it's interesting. So that's something else that I did. Dark Side of the Ring.
That's cool though.
Um,
That's wrestling, by the way, for people who
Yeah.
don't know.
but it's like the behind the scenes
Yeah.
fucked up parts
It's
of
the behind.
wrestling.
It's the literally it's like the truth behind the curtain. Yeah, so I mean, like, because Pinkerton's talked about it repeatedly
on
on
Nerd Rage, and that's why I've never watched it, because I don't have Vice, and supposedly it's on YouTube, but then it's not in order, and it's all
it's a mess. Anything with Vice is a mess. Because I mean, I've seen some of those things. Maybe it was in clips or other stuff like that, or somebody did very specific, like people, like, you know, say Undertaker or somebody like that. But like a lot of the other stories that are covered by that stuff is never really been public knowledge. Like, and that's why it's interesting to see that and you know, other sports do that shit, but you never see it for like one of the biggest sports and entertainment things on the planet, you know, because they always keep the illusion, you know. They're like, no, it's totally fucking real. It's not a soap opera. Yeah,
I don't know. They're very honest about that. It's
well, they are now. Back in the day,
they literally talk about meeting together before the matches with the refs to talk about how it's going to end.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's all fucking fake. We know this, but
it's interesting. It's funny as I was big into wrestling when I was a kid.
Same.
Got back into it in the Attitude Era, like late '90s, early 2000s.
Same.
And then I haven't watched it since.
Same.
And then a few weeks ago, I was bored. I was sitting at home. New Jersey Comic Con was going on, so none of the Realm shows were going off because they were all going to be there for that. Yeah. And Jose fired off a let's watch together thing for WrestleMania, and I just popped in there just to sit there and bullshit. And just had fun with them with that. And I was talking about it with Pinkerton, and something I will brag on here, because I'll be one of a handful of people that have ever actually seen it. I've actually seen Pinkerton video of Pinkerton
wrestling
back in the day. Yep.
Nice.
He has it on DVD at his house. I actually asked him.
That's fucking cool. That's fucking cool.
Yeah. So that was kind of cool to see that. What else? So I went over to Pinkerton's house after my nap. I got up
after your
nap. Here's the thing. Okay, so let me do some explaining real quick. So last time, like one of the times I went up there, Kara was with me. Yes. And we're gonna go out and do stuff while we're up there.
That was Skullfest.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, so what I did is I reached out to Bobby and Miss Laura. I was like, where's some good places to eat around here?
Manaloos.
And then they told us and we went out. So my plan is then this time when I went up there, I'm going to reach out to Chris. Hey, where's some good restaurants that you and Miss Kelly like to go to? You know? Yeah. Go try those. And then the next time I go up, I'm doing the same thing with Joe and his wife. Like, you know, I'm going to ask them where places you like to go. Because each person will have a different view on what they like. Yeah. So I want to be able to try different stuff. And so I messaged Chris and I'm like, hey man, where's some good restaurants around here? And he's like, And so me being me, I wrote back, I've never heard of that. Is that a chain up here? I don't know what that is. And and then he messaged me back. He goes, when are you going to be here? I'm like, now mind you, this is like 5-6 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, I got here at about 11.
He's like, I'm here now.
Shut up, you're here?
I'm here now.
Called me. He called me immediately. He's like, what the fuck you mean you're here? Why didn't you say nothing? I'm like, I don't even. He's like, we're literally about to sit down and eat dinner. And I hear Miss Kelly in the background. He should have said something. We could have made more food and had him come over and eat dinner with us. And I'm like, I'm not that guy, dude. I don't invite myself to stuff. No, and I'm very weird about that shit, dude. And he's like, so he told me some places. He's like, when you get done eating, just come over. I'm like, okay, bet. And so I just went and grabbed something to eat real quick and then shot over there. He told me about this place called Firebirds, which is like a chain. I guess that's starting to spread out. It's kind of like a smokehouse steak type joint. Okay, gotcha. But I had a burger. It had like barbecue sauce and bacon, and it was really good. It was really good.
Yeah, sounds ridiculous.
So then I went over there and I hung out and for a while, and then Kelly gave me the big lecture. She's like, dude, like from now on, when you show up here, just come over. She's like, if we're not here, just sit on the porch. Somebody will be home eventually. just don't ever do that shit again. And I was talking to Kara about it. I was like, that's different. She's not giving me an open invite to her house. That's different than where we live. Yeah. You're welcome here. Yeah. It's different than come over anytime you're here. Yeah. It's just how I am. I don't do that. Like I'm not. And Bobby's very regimented when he does stuff. It's scheduled. So like even with him, like the next day, it got to be towards the afternoon. I'm like, hey, what time do you want people to show up? Because I'll just show up whenever. It's like 5 o'clock. I'm like, okay, bet. That's what the invite said. The invite said 5, so I'm not coming over before 5 o'clock. Yeah. Got it. And that's just how I am. It has nothing to
Yeah.
do with weird or rude. It's just how I was raised. You don't
No,
invite yourself to somebody's house.
I agree. Like, because here's the funny part. Like, I've got friends who say, like, dude, there's literally just open invite. And I'm like,
Mhm.
well, first of all, it's not like you live next door. It's like
Uh-huh.
you live like 30 minutes away. I'm not
Mhm.
just gonna drop by. Like,
Mhm.
when I still lived in the same neighborhood, sure, I'll
Mhm.
just drop by because I could see your fucking home, somebody's
Mhm.
fucking home. I'm not just gonna fucking come by and hope for fucking dinner or whatever. As like, because we used to schedule out card nights,
Mhm.
beer nights, whatever. Usually the same thing. Either their place, our place, somewhere. And this goes for a lot of friends. But like, there's nobody that I've got now, at least locally, that I would just show the fuck up. Is like, because, and it's not a rude thing, but it's also like, you never fucking know, because most people have kids. They've got something going on. You're not just going to show up and inconvenience them. But if
Mhm.
it's like hey, we ain't doing shit on Saturday, if you want to drop by whenever, give me a day with an open invite. That's another story. But not like it's fucking Tuesday, you got some meatloaf kind of fucking
Mhm.
situation, you
Yeah.
know. And of course, if I were to pop up into that neck of the woods for something, I don't know any of those people like well
Mhm.
enough. Now, unfortunately, I had a friend in that same city, no longer a friend, but I definitely would just show up over there to fucking do a thing because we were that close back in the day. But now, maybe I'll just, because I know he'll be home, I'll swing by Dormammu's,
Yeah.
because he's like in that neck of the woods. I'll just swing
Mhm.
by Dormammu's if I'm for some reason up there. I'll be like, hey, I know you're fucking home.
Mhm. Well, you know you don't go nowhere,
I
motherfucker.
know you're home. You're not home. It's
All
like,
you have to
hey,
do is
I brought some.
he's either at home or he's at the park. It's gonna be one of those
Exactly,
two things.
home or park, or walking to
Mhm.
the park with said
Uh-huh.
kids. So
Or
I'll
back
just
from the park.
back
That's
from the
it.
park just to make the
Mhm.
kids tired. Yeah, either way, I'll catch
Mhm.
him somewhere, and I'll bring that Texas code for him.
Mhm.
It's like,
So then that was Friday night. Hung out over there,
love you,
stayed
Rob.
there. Yeah,
Even though he
stayed
hasn't
there
been
till
here.
kind of late. And Saturday went over.
Did you get to
It
play
was
in the
actually,
shop?
huh?
Did you get to play in the?
I've been in his shop a few times.
But I mean, this time, did you get to play around, like do
Oh,
anything?
no.
Okay.
Um, the thing that I did get to do, I forgot to mention this. I'm glad you brought it up. Is he actually has from his old wrestling promotion?
Mhm.
Him and his friend were the tag team champions.
Yeah.
He had his tag belt.
That's cool.
And he let me hold, dude, let me tell you, those motherfuckers weigh a goddamn ton.
Oh yeah, the real ones are fucking heavy, man.
Like I always thought, you see them on TV, you just think they're aluminum on.
Yeah.
No, these motherfuckers are like steel
Yeah.
plated.
And
Like,
then you
they're
notice,
fucking
oh yeah, that's
heavy.
a jacked motherfucker holding that thing up. Yeah, no, they
Like
don't.
this motherfucker, he handed it to me and like my
Yeah.
arm dropped. Like I wasn't expecting it. Like,
There's a
it's not
reason
like
they're
I
brought
couldn't
out
handle
by
it.
two people usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy, dude.
That's why it's
So that
usually
was
two
cool to
small
get to see
women
that.
carrying it out to the
Yeah.
giant muscular guy.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. Then Saturday went over to Bobby's, which was cool because I got to hang out and actually meet some of the Nerd Rage people that I know from talking with on
Oh, yeah.
in group message and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and interacting that way. But actually getting to meet them is different. Like Casey, like I
Mm-hmm.
really got to hang out with him. Casey is a cool motherfucker, dude.
bet.
Casey is my dude. Look, and if on the off chance that he ever gets to see this is all I'm gonna say. And he'll get it. He'll get it. It was a whole thing.
Yeah.
I think we talked about it during the 400. It was fucking
Teasers.
hilarious. If not, I'll tell you about it later.
Well, then again, this episode will probably come out after 400, so
No.
that's not a problem.
So hanging out, like we went over Miss Laura and Bobby Yard, like again, top level hosts. Like
Yeah.
they had everybody come over. They cooked food. Miss Laura is a great cook. She made some enchiladas. But what was really impressive was she made an enchilada sauce from scratch, like
Fuck yeah.
from scratch, built her whole sauce up and everything.
Good.
And dude, it was delicious. Like, it was really good.
Like not like a
And
mole, but something else.
It looked like almost like a watery down mole,
Okay.
but very like I don't know what she put in it,
Yeah,
man. But she's like,
you gotta have the
"Is
right
that
sauce.
spicy to you?" And I'm like, "Oh, it had a bite to it, but it wasn't too spicy. It was good."
You gotta have the right sauce for the enchilada you made. Like a lot of people just throw whatever. You know. Yeah, it's gotta be the right thing.
it was delicious, and I even told her, I was like, because I'd mentioned to her and Bobby, I was like, when y'all going to do another Skullface Kitchen? Because I obviously doing what I do for a living, I like following those things, and I try to make
I do
other
too.
people's recipes. And I told her when I was leaving the next day,
Mhm.
I told her, I was like, I'm putting in a special request. I want you to do that enchilada with that sauce on the next Skullface Kitchen because it was good.
And
I
make
would
some
love
sour
to make that
cream.
at home.
Make some
Yeah,
homemade sour cream too.
Gross.
I like sour cream.
What her and Bobby do when the cameras are off is not my problem.
Shut up.
Oh,
Oh yeah, actually, speaking of cooking stuff, something that I also did in the last few weeks, I actually made my first ever homemade from scratch biscuits, which were
Nice.
edible.
they were edible.
They were
Did they
edible.
Stay flat disc? Did they stay flat discs?
No, they fucking were like huge. The problem is, I think I had some of the ratios were ever so slightly off, like just enough, so they tasted a little bit floury.
Mhm.
But there
Lots of baking soda. Lots and lots of baking soda.
Yeah, well, I used baking powder, not baking soda, but they, I know
yeah,
that.
baking powder. I said baking soda.
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah,
dumbass.
yeah.
You know
No,
what
I
meant.
got you. I got you. The fact that I still had baking powder was great. That's why. But I wanted to make biscuits and gravy. Except the problem is, I fucking used the milk to make the biscuits, so I had no milk to make gravy. So I was pissed. But they would have been great for that. But the other thing is like I didn't have like a good pan to really cook them in, so I threw them in my stainless steel thing, and they rose like a motherfucker. They were like that fucking thick, and 2 inches around. So.
That's what she said.
Yeah, that's what she said. And they were fine, but I think slightly lower temp for a little bit longer. And the middle would have been done a little bit more, and the outside probably should have done like an egg wash or something on it, make them brown a little bit better. Because there's no was there any eggs in it?
You could just put butter on the outside. And do the
I don't.
same thing.
Yeah. I was trying to think because there was no browning. Like they just stayed the same fucking color, and usually that's the Maillard reaction. And it's usually eggs that cause that. So I'm trying to remember if I had eggs in it or not, because it's super simple. It was a four ingredient recipe, so I'm trying to remember. But anyway, they were fine. Like I could see where I could tweak it and make them better. Basically ate all of them in one go, so they were fine. They were edible. I never tried it from scratch, and I didn't feel like going to the store, so it was doable. I could see myself making more in the future. Though the wifey was so mad because I was like, she's like, "You're making such a mess." I was like, "Shut up, I'll clean it," because I was using the countertop. Because we got granite countertop, might as well fucking use it, right?
Right.
With the fucking raw dough.
I'm rolling everything out on the dough.
Yeah. So that's how I knew, because I've watched enough people bake stuff proper. Right. So I was like, okay, this shit's way too sticky, which I think maybe I just over floured when I was doing my folding, which is probably how I got a little too much flour in it. But the shit was so sticky, it needed a little bit of flour anyways. Because like the first few bits, I was like, do my best to scrape that bitch off the fucking counter. It was so fucking sticky, even though I floured it, and it was still sticking to the fucking counter.
Yeah,
and I did. I think I folded.
It was probably a temperature thing.
Yeah,
on how cold the granite is and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was warm enough. It was right next to the oven, so I mean, it's not like it was ice cold. If I was doing it on the,
as I'm saying, if it's too hot, it'd be the same thing, because then you're technically starting to cook the flour while.
Yeah, no, I don't think that was a problem. It was just, I think it's just too much flour added to it in the folding process. I could have done less layers, but gotcha. I mean, like, and then of course you had the problem when you get to the last little bit and you're fucking like cutting your rounds. You're like fucking, and then the last one is just discombobulated because the layers are all wonky. Yeah. I mean, like I said, they were edible, but something I'll experiment. I need like a nice cast iron pan to fucking bake them in.
Bake them out old school style, like pan biscuits.
Yeah, that's what I did. I mean, I fucking did it that way in the oven, but in my stainless steel. Oh yeah, by the way, that's the other injury I forgot to fucking talk about.
Oh yeah, dumbass.
Yeah, so my dumbass, when I fucking made steaks the other night, which I slightly overcooked, but they were still good.
But at least you left your hands rare.
Yeah, the hands were definitely rare after that. And the funny thing is the blisters disappeared. They never got to the point of popping. They just disappeared. But basically, I had taken it out of the fucking oven, so I seared all four sides, put the bitch in the oven for like 7 minutes, and then pulled it out, set it on the fucking trivet, pulled the steaks out to let them rest, right? Like you do. And I was gonna do a quick gravy with the leavings. And instead of fucking grabbing the pot holder, I just grabbed the fucking handle. And like immediately, like, thank God I didn't drop it. I set it down wonky, like it was halfway sitting on something. It was like this. But like the fact that I resisted the urge to fucking drop it, because that would have been fucking hot butter and fucking seasonings all over the goddamn floor. That'd have been
your legs and feet.
Well, I would have dropped it away from me. Oh yeah, and I wasn't flip flops, so that would have fucking sucked. Yeah, but I mean, like, I will say, like, I had so much fucking butter in that shit. Even like 2 days later, sitting out because we didn't do the dishes, it never solidified.
God damn.
Yeah, I was like, fuck. I put a lot of butter in that bitch. Which is, you gotta fucking cook your steaks in butter. and I've added a bunch of barbecue seasoning to it.
Mhm.
I need to get need to get some actual like rosemary and thyme and shit like that to throw in there. I just forgot when we were at the store.
Good stuff.
Trying to get better cooking steaks. I still got one in there in the fridge, sealed up because
Practice makes perfect.
yeah,
We're eating steaks every night, baby.
if they weren't so expensive, yeah, because that was $25 for 3 New York strips basically.
Mm.
So
That's what you're doing it wrong. Do it with a ribeye.
yeah, I'll get a ribeye next time, but
That's my jam.
yeah, but I mean, dude, for the fucking price, that was pretty good for the 3 New York strips. The hard part is you're 2 people. What do you do with the third one? I didn't even cook it. I just fucking salted it.
You eat the second one right in front of your wife and be like, "Sucks to be
Dude,
you."
I salted and peppered that bitch and put it in a fucking Tupperware and put it back in the fridge.
There you go.
I should have put it in there open so it would dry age.
You're a real gentleman. You'd cut it in half and share it.
Well, I thought
Bitch,
about
no.
I thought
This
about just,
2023. We're equals. I'm eating this whole motherfucker in front of you.
I ate the bigger one. I did eat the bigger one. But
Yeah,
I
you
will
did.
say, but this time I did because
So to speak.
So
Don't
to
just
speak.
talk past that, Mister. I ate the bigger
I put the bigger meat in my mouth.
one. Yeah, you did.
So I did something different because I did sear it on all sides, even the fucking big fat edge. I made sure that fat was sitting there in that fucking hot pan in butter for a few minutes. I just like melt that bitch, fucking render that fucking, and it got translucent. I'm like, yeah, I don't even like fat, but like if I'm gonna have it on the fucking meat, I want that shit like gooey, like, and like we had a steak that was very sinewy and like it had a lot.
Okay, we're gonna get off this, or I'm gonna hang up and go eat, man. 'cause I don't
You're
give a
gonna do
fuck.
that
I'm
soon,
hungry.
anyways.
Yeah.
Um,
Let's see. Okay, so then Saturday we went over for the recording.
Yeah.
We were eating the dinner that I was talking about. And then she made homemade tres leches cake. And oh my fucking god, it was so good, dude. And then she made like some other kind of brownie thing that had like a layer of Oreos on top of it, and then like nuts or something, and then coated it in fudge. Like I don't know what the fuck it was, but Phil about had an orgasm eating it. Like it was.
I was gonna say Phil
sweetness.
would definitely be all over that shit.
Yeah, but it was, oh my god, like that woman she can put down in the kitchen, dude.
So to speak.
It was good stuff. So then we recorded after that. Of course, drinking is happening this whole time. Lots of alcohol consumption.
What?
Lots of
No.
Yeah, I did my pay to play payment to Pinkerton. I brought him his bottle of Jameson. And then I had a bottle of Jameson, and then a bunch of wine, and then Pinkerton brought over a different bottle of whiskey, and then somebody else showed up with all these different beers and stuff. Like it was crazy the amount of alcohol that showed up into the house where they already had alcohol.
So, side note, apparently that same price for that weathered Michael is across the board, which is weird because normally different websites will have whatever discount they've got, especially the one I bought mine from, significantly cheaper than other places. Same price for the weathered one. That is weird.
I'm gonna let you know. I looked it up on SHOKY. It doesn't even have a price right now. It's still on pre-order.
Well, I mean, it'll be cheaper on SHOKY regardless.
Oh,
but
1000%. But the fact that they're already showing you the full. Usually, SHOKY has their price first, and then you see other prices.
But that's what. Well, also, I want to know why the hell Hughes costs so much. That is fucking ridiculous for a fucking Power Glide price. But anyway, sorry. Yeah, I was checking because I saw that TF Source had it in. Or for pre-order, and I looked at the price. Nope, same price. That's odd. So I go check the other website. Nope, same price. It's like, this is fucking weird. Like, they never agree on price across these things, and for some reason, that one they are. So either way, booze and food, man. This sounds ridiculous.
Booze and food, and then lots of recording and laughing and
consider
joking
myself
and playing
jealous.
Around. It was a good time.
I am
Ended up going to like 1 o'clock in the morning, some crazy shit like that.
I would hope so. That sounds like a party.
Wait,
on the recording or after?
Yes.
Okay.
Like it was just because it being as big as it was and as many people, we were also pausing, taking bathroom breaks and stuff.
Yeah, I figured with that many people, it would take quite some time. I mean, you saw how long our.
I want to say the recording itself was like 3.5, 4 hours. Like,
I mean, that's understandable for sure.
It was great getting to see everybody again, man. Like every time I see Joe, he's just so much cooler in person. Like every time.
I'm jealous.
Just talking to him.
I want to see Joe.
And don't be jealous. Wait till you be jealous of all the hugs I got from him. So
I want some hugs from Joe.
Uh-huh.
I did tell him I would drink with him.
And and that's the thing too. I got to drink with him. It was like it was the first time Bobby ever got to drink with him. First time Chris ever got to drink with him.
I saw the picture.
Yeah. So we all got to drink with him for the first time. That was cool. It was fun. It was a lot of fun, and I want to see what Bobby ends up making of it all. And then Sunday, you know, I hit Bobby up. I'm like, hey, you guys at home? He's like, yeah. I'm like, is it cool if I swing by? Because I forgot my headphones and microphone over there. I took them with me in case we needed them for the recording. So I had to swing by and pick them up.
The awkward morning after conversation.
It was fine.
I'm saying like,
I gotcha.
It's the hey, I kind of left my shit at your place. Can I?
But the earlier conversation we had with the whole not popping in on people shit without invitations, same thing happened on Sunday because Bobby posted that picture of all of us in his yard.
Yeah,
like in his back patio.
Yeah.
Derek hit me up. Derek B.
Uh-oh.
He's like, "What the fuck are you doing in my state?" I'm like, "I'm not." Because I always give him a hard time because he came to Orlando and didn't come see me. So I still give him shit about that to this day. So he was trying to flip flop it back around on me.
Of course.
And he said, "What the fuck are you doing in my state?" I'm like, "You don't live here." I thought he lived on the other side of DC, like in Virginia. He's like, "Dude, I live in Maryland." I'm like, He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I'm like 35 minutes from where you're at. 45 minutes."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Word." So he sent me his address. I went over to Derek's house, got to hang out with him over there. Pretty sure my package is here now.
So it sounds like.
Because they sound like they were trying to kill somebody. Yep. Yeah. That'd be my package getting dropped off.
Lucky you.
So I went over to Derek B's house. Him and Miss Sean had me over. Got to see their house, and they have a beautiful house out there too. Like everything up there is so much nicer. And I told them, and like, because Bobby has one, Chris has one. I'm like, I hate all you people with basements. Every time I see a basement, I'm like, fuck all these people. Because it's actually illegal for us to have them here in Florida.
For flooding purposes?
No, because it's lime rock and it washes away and you get sinkholes and your whole house goes in the fucking ground.
See, we had the opposite problem. We've got iron ore.
Yeah.
We can't dig in it.
You can't dig into it. Yeah. No, ours, it'll just wash away and then you won't have a house anymore and they'll be trying to sue for insurance.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
So they're not legal to have. If you want a basement, you have to do that thing where you buy property and you build a mound up.
You have to build it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a basement, it's a bottom floor that's in a hill.
That's what it is, just hidden behind a half hill.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how we do it here too. Build a house on the hill so that it's the basement.
Yeah. So I went over and hung out with him for a little while and chilled with him for a bit and Miss Sean and they said next time you come up, because I had to get back to catch my plane. They're like, next time you come up, we're gonna go to this crab rib place that's around where they're at. That's
crab rib place. That's interesting.
What's crab and ribs place? That's
I know crabs don't have ribs. I mean, I wasn't being obtuse.
You know, I don't know what the fuck you know.
Well, I know where ribs come from, and I'm pretty sure they're not shelling crabs for their ribs.
Yeah. So they want to go to a place up there. So and then they fucked up and gave me the open invite. He's like, "Hey, whenever you're up here, man, just come over." And I'm like, "Oh, careful what you wish for, motherfucker."
Apparently, these people just fucking love their open door policies up there.
Yeah, like that, or I'm a lot cooler than you give me credit for. But I know I'm gonna save a fuck ton on hotels next time.
You're just their Florida friend. That's all.
I'm gonna go house hopping next time. Oh, that is one thing, and he did say it on the show. And I hope it stays in. You know, he reads the questions and all that at the end of Nerd Rage. And he was like letting everybody take turns with it. So while standing there waiting for my turn, I wrote into the show. And
I was like, not.
Yes, I did.
You fucking dick.
I was like, why is Rikki the coolest person you know from Florida? And why is it that despite how that makes just feel, it's still the truth?
Well, that's not true because Jisk is there.
Yeah, that's what I said. Despite how it makes Jisk feel, it's still the
Jisk
truth.
feel. God, okay.
I said Jisk like I called him out on there.
Yeah.
He started laughing. Like, so yeah, that was fun. So yeah, I'm gonna go back and visit when I go up there. I'm gonna see Derek for a little bit and stuff. And they said come up whenever. So that brings me back to being here. There's a whole bunch of shenanigans at the airport. It was stupid. A lot of
like if you ever come to Texas, like to go visit your in-laws up around Dallas, let me know. I will fucking drive up there.
Yeah, I'll drive down to you. I don't care. I'm a driver. I like to drive. The only reason why I'm flying right now is because with the new job that I started, it's only me and the one other cook.
Yeah.
So you don't
have the time to take the drive.
There is no way because I talked about it to Kara. I was like, money wise, it's smarter to take the car and stuff.
Yeah.
And more importantly, I like to drive. I really
Same.
do like road tripping, but it has to be a 5-day minimal because you're going to spend a day and a half of that just driving.
Oh, 2 days in
And-
our case.
yeah,
If we're gonna drive up to Maryland, because I've done the math, it's 21 hours.
So you can even round up do 2 days. So that means it's
That's
only
what I'm
3
saying.
days on
It would take 2
ground.
days to get there, and
Yeah.
then how
And
much
I'm one of
time
those
to visit.
hardcore. I thug straight through, man. It's one trip. Like
See,
I don't like doing stops along the way.
I mean,
So
I could
when
do
I
it,
first
but
get there,
Mhm.
that first half a day minimal
gotta
is just
rest.
recovery of
Yeah.
sitting on your ass in the car for that long.
Yeah.
So it has to be a 5-day, and I can't do that. 3 is like the max. I could probably push 4,
Yeah.
just swapping days around.
It
But
takes a
it's
minimum
when I'm not
of-
at work, she's at work.
Yeah.
So there is nowhere to make myself a week-long vacation.
Yeah.
Until we start getting more people.
See, at least I can do that because of my vacation
Mhm.
schedule, but I never take vacation.
Right.
We always do just weekend deals. So she can take off Friday, and of course I get off early in the day, so we could leave on Friday to go do a weekend vacation, come back Sunday night to usually do some shit. But
Mhm.
in this case where we're trying to plan our vacation to head up there, a little bit later in the year, just because I want to get away, and plus,
Right.
if I had the chance, I can meet some people that, I'd fucking known forever.
Right.
The other thing that sucks is at one point I knew more people in Maryland that I called friend than
Mhm.
people here. And
Mhm.
now, like, most of them I don't even fucking talk to anymore for whatever reason. But of course now it's fucking making up ground with people who end up on this show that I was like, oh, you're in Maryland? It's like,
Mhm.
oh, I didn't even know. Or actually a couple other people I was talking to the other day. It's like, oh, you're in Maryland? Well, shit. If I'm in town,
Like
I'll swing
everybody's
by.
in Northeast.
Everybody's
man.
in Northeast, dude.
Uh-huh.
Dude, fucking Texas is a fucking barren wasteland when it comes to anybody from like the realm and stuff like that. It's like if you're in the realm and you're in Texas, you're at least 5 hours apart from the next person who's in the realm. So it's like
Right.
we couldn't like put together a realm south type fucking
Mhm.
deal.
We already have that anyways in Florida.
Yeah, and then you got everybody's on the East Coast or like the few
No,
people
they
on the
literally
West
have
Coast.
a group, the ROC South Squad or some crap like that.
Yeah,
that everybody in Florida is in.
but there ain't nobody in fucking Texas over there. It's like
Mhm.
there's a whopping like, and there's a guy in my fucking city who's in the realm, and I fucking messaged him and he never got back to me. I mean, he
Wow.
literally is in my fucking town.
There's one in
like-
my city, and we're always
Yeah.
trying to get together, but our work thing
Yeah.
doesn't work.
But,
out.
like,
I told
I-
you who lives here, right?
Yeah, you told me. But I'm
Yeah.
like, I tried getting a hold of this guy, and I was like, hey, dude, I know you're part of the realm, and you literally live in my town. We should meet up. And I don't mean like he lives on the other side of fucking Houston. I mean he lives in my fucking town.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, how the fuck do I not know this guy? It's like we're
Mhm.
in the nerd culture, and I've somehow never run
How
into
long
him.
ago was this that you messaged him?
Fucking 4 months.
Yeah, but here's the problem: if they use the messenger app like I got,
Yeah, I think I sent him a
you
friend
don't-
request.
you don't see that stuff.
Yeah, but I sent him
like,
a fucking friend request.
It's
Like,
weird. You have to like click up on your name.
Oh, I know,
in
I
the
know, I
top
know.
corner, and then you'll see one of the options says message request, and you have to click on that, which
see,
takes you a whole other screen.
mine
and then you
come
see it.
through like it's a privacy setting, so I actually have them
Mhm.
to where they can come through, but screen them. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
I got it on Instagram a lot because I get a lot of fucking porn bots on Instagram always sending me shit, or fucking people like, hey, sign up
I'll
for
let
this
you
thing
in.
and you'll promote us. Or
I'll let you in on one.
Uh-huh.
And the only reason why I remembered how to do this is because I literally just did it on mine not too long ago. Because
Uh-huh.
when I go do these things, sometimes people be like, "Oh, I'm gonna hit you up." Da, 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 da. So I checked mine. My sperm donor sent me a thing
no shit.
in there, and literally all it says is "add me." I'm like, and that was back in February, and I
Yeah.
just saw it. I saw it either last night or
So-
today when I checked it. Not
Yeah.
happening.
Well, because I'm in
But
Messenger.
you don't get to
Yeah.
fucking tell me what to do, you piece of shit. You should have came a whole different route to get to me now. So no, you fucked up. So he gonna sit there fucking red and not responded to. He gonna be
Yeah.
mad as fuck. I don't give a
So
fuck.
I mean, I do check my requests like that too, like every now and then, because I do get randoms that way. But also because I'm
Mhm.
selling a bunch of shit, like I was getting messages, so I have to have the DMs open a little bit for that, or else I'll
Mhm.
never see anybody trying to buy my shit. But yeah, no, only on Instagram is it really fucking annoying because like it's either people wanting you to pay them to fucking promote your shit and fucking I can get you 1,000 followers in 4 hours and be like, yeah,
Mhm.
you're not real, so fucking blocked. And then like the random porn bots, like this one popped up as a brand new fucking account, sent me a message, and I'm like, no. It's like
Right.
it's like sorry, no. Or you get random Facebook friend requests from like it's a hot bitch who has nothing but guys from all over the country in their friends list, and they only have 2 pictures. And I was like, yeah,
Right.
that's a real fucking account, I'm sure. It's like I'm sure Phil follows him on Twitter. Um. Oh, did you do that?
Yeah, Kara's home.
Oh,
I didn't know she wanted to be on camera, so
is
I
she,
turned the
is she
camera
coming
off.
in naked?
No, she just came home from work.
Okay. Hi.
I got your package in.
Shoki said hi. She said hi.
Oh yeah, congrats
I
to
don't
the boys on what happened with them on Sunday.
That was only the youngest.
Yeah. Well, boy.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yep.
That was still cool.
Yep.
I love to comment
for
on
it.
there. I love to comment on that just because I thought it was funny. My comment, not the thing.
Yeah, I saw that, the half dunk or whatever.
No, you fucking no
Dunked
joke.
twice and then thought about a third one or some
Yeah,
crap.
like that wasn't a joke. That was like it sounded like a joke. No, that was real. He legit did it. Like it's like my pastor knew me well enough. He's like, no, we're going in again.
That's
And I wasn't little. I was like what 19 when I got re baptized. So yeah, that was funny. At least I was lighter then, but he almost dropped me too. That was the thing because it was the thing in the what do they call it, baptismal thing, and we'd never used it. Like it had never been used in this church. It was just installed.
Slick paint in the bottom
It was
of it.
so slick, dude. And he was tall. He was like 6'6", and I'm me. So he's
That's
like,
so
all
cute that you said that. He's so tall. It's like,
well, I'm me, and everybody else in line is kids.
I don't really know how tall you are. I just assume it's like 5'5".
I'm 5'10", asshole. But
Close enough.
yeah, I'm 5'10" when my spine allows me to be. So I'm holding on to him, and once again, he's tall as shit, but I'm bigger than the kid, so he can't hold me in the same way. So when he dunks me, he almost can't get me back up, and my feet start to slip. So he's holding me under a little too long, and then he pulls me up, and then goes again. I'm like, God damn it, man! Of course, I didn't say that, but But the look on his
going
face.
for a third run.
Yeah, go for the good. We got to get it out of him. Get the demons out. And I can cut that if you don't want that in the thing.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, but no, it's just that's cool. It's a cool.
I didn't mention because it wasn't part of my week because
Yeah,
it was.
you weren't here.
Yeah, she's like, I literally had all my tickets and everything bought and paid for non-refundable 6 months ago.
Yeah,
she literally popped this on us like 3 weeks ago.
yeah. Well,
like he had mentioned wanting to do it, but she scheduled it just like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
There's nothing I could do about it.
yeah.
So I made sure my
Was that
mom,
on- was
Kara,
that on-
her.
I was gonna say, was that on the your ex?
It was her weekend.
Okay,
but I
that's,
still
what,
would've
that's what I
went.
was getting at. It was
Yeah,
her.
I still would have went.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But
well, when you said she,
yeah, the ex.
there's a few
Yeah.
females in your life. You gotta
The
specificate.
ex. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my wife wouldn't schedule it for a time when I wasn't here. So
No.
But yeah, so it's so I didn't get to make it, but I made sure I talked to Kara. She went and picked my mom up, then her mom and dad and sister and brother-in-law.
Yeah, I saw
And
the pictures.
Like they all went. So there was
See,
a whole
and-
contingency from our side there too.
Yeah.
And I actually told Isaac, I took him to the side.
Mhm.
I was like, look, man, I said, I'm gonna be 1,000% honest. I said, I have this trip already lined up. And he didn't know what it was. That's all I said. I have this trip lined up. And I've already bought and paid for the tickets and stuff. I said, but if this is important to you, I will cancel this. I'll swallow that price and stay here for this.
Yeah.
And he said, so what's your trip for? Is it for work? And I was like, no. He's like, well, what is it? I'm going to see Bobby. He's like, oh, really? He's like, is it for that party thing? I'm like, no, they're doing episode 400. And he went like this and went, you're going to be on Nerd Rage? I was like, yes. He goes, do that. Like he literally was like that. He's like,
Yeah.
do that.
That's
do
more
that.
important, Dad. That's way more
He's
important.
like, do that. And I'm like, oh,
You're gonna be famous, Dad. It's
I
you
was
gonna
like,
do
I was
that.
like, be 1,000% sure because I
Yeah.
don't mind. I said, I've told you before. There's a difference between saying you love somebody and showing them, and I
Yeah.
can swallow money to show you that I'm here to support you in your decisions. And he's like, no, it's okay. He said, Miss Carol will take videos and pictures. And I'm like, okay.
As long as at least one of the
It's still
one
low
of the
key
parents
sucked
is
a
there.
little, but I did leave him the option to tell me, and he knows I
Yeah.
would have.
Yeah.
Like I don't talk that shit. I wouldn't if he'd said cancel. I would have been like, are you sure? It would have been none of that. I've been like, okay.
I mean, at bare minimum, try to get back.
No,
But
there would have been no way to make that happen because the recording was happening Saturday night up till
Yeah.
like midnight. I would have had to leave drunk from the house and hop on a plane right then and there to get back here in time to then show up to church still drunk, hungover.
yeah,
with
what
no
better
sleep.
time to go to church, Ricky?
Yeah.
When you're still
No.
drunk from all your sinning.
But I would have. He
I
knows
know.
1,000%. I would
Yeah.
not have argued it. I would not have tried to wiggle my way out of it. I'm like, okay, it's
Yeah.
canceled. I'll hit Bobby up now and let him know. Look, my ex scheduled it for this. I can't miss it.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. He
And
wants you there.
and thinking back on it now, I just remembered that my dad actually came to mind.
Mhm.
And I don't remember if it was a normal. I think it was a Wednesday night service. I don't think it was a Sunday morning deal. But my dad came, which was a big thing because my dad was never a church person. But my mom couldn't. But my dad did. So that actually kind of meant something there. Now that I think about it, I mean, like he could technically care less, but he was there for the support of it.
Gotcha.
And that's back when I was super involved in the church. Like I was already. At that point, I was already like an assistant youth pastor. Like there's a bunch of us, but like, you know, we basically all of the older.
Were you there
youth
because you're a
group.
true believer, or were you there because you were chasing some of the church tail?
No,
Aha!
no.
That answers the question.
No. Hold on. No, because the only reason I started going to church was because of my girlfriend. She took me to that church. I stayed at that church. She left long before. And it was my choice to get involved and do the things I was doing. I mean, true believer. I mean, I've always believed in one degree or another. But like,
My biggest thing is always just organized religion.
But yeah, no, I don't like organized religion. My problem is the church, not the God. So it's like it's not the God. It's not God's fault that the church sucks. It's the church's fault. And when the hypocrisy of the church I was going to grew to ridiculous levels. That's when I couldn't deal with it anymore.
Baptism thing, the preacher talked for almost an hour and a half. She said it was all about money for a baptism. I'm like, see, that's why I don't do shit like that.
It's because it's. I mean, we can really go into detail about church stuff in another time, but like no, because I have tons of thoughts and feelings about it, and I make no bones about it at all, because it's a huge fucking problem, and that's even why a really good friend of mine that I met through that church. And I consider him a brother and everything like that, even though he and I haven't talked in years, and he kind of went in a really weird fucking direction there. I mean, he's following his beliefs, but he went in a weird direction that I couldn't necessarily support. But I'm like, as long as you don't go to jail, it's cool. Just stay out of jail.
Join a cult?
No, he didn't join a cult. They just got a little more radical in some of their beliefs. But not in like a you're going to be on the news type, or you're going to make it to the front page of Yahoo type situation. But like it's just like I get your point at what you're doing, just don't take it too far. That's my thing on it. But either way, he also went all the way through full on Berean and all that stuff. Went through all the classes, became a pastor, all that kind of stuff. Then they moved away for many years, and then when they moved back, they found a very young church of people our age that had just started up, and they weren't playing all the normal church bullshit. They were literally like, look, it's okay to cuss as long as you're not cursing someone. Don't take God's name in vain if you can help it. I'm
gonna let you in on a secret.
Yeah.
Goddamn is not taking God's name in vain.
Depending on how it's used. Correct.
Nope. God is not his name. God is his job title.
Okay.
If I said, thou shalt not take Shoky's name in vain, and I went, Nayamiya, damn it, I am not taking your name in vain. I am taking your job title in vain. Okay. God is his title, not his name.
I guess that's technically true.
And you're not taking it in vain because it's actually a shortening, because you're actually making a request. Because the whole thing is goddamn such and such or so and so.
That's why we say it.
Yeah,
but
it's like
I don't even mean,
you're saying, God damn this table for hurting my toe. You're asking something of God. You're still not taking his name.
Then again, if you're not using God, but you're using Jesus, that's a whole different.
You want me to let you in on a secret what taking the name of God, taking God's name in vain is?
Oh God.
Turn on a Christian TV show like the
I know,
and they say God told me to tell you that you need to give me $10,000.
I know
that guy has just used God's name in vain.
That is literally in vain, because that is for your benefit. Yes, I agree with that point. So like I said, I don't want to go too far down this rabbit hole.
We can go down that rabbit hole. I'll go with
today.
You, man.
Not today. We will go down this rabbit hole. I promise.
I'm not scared of that conversation.
No, I'm not either, but I want more people involved that also have other beliefs along the way. But what I was getting at is, like, with him, like they developed this church because of the hypocrisy they all grew up in the churches they were in. And they said, we're not going to be like that. And at least my experience with that church, it was very different. It's like, which felt odd because I grew up in a certain way with the church. I was like, okay, so this is different. And just like, it's not necessary. The only reason I stopped going was just because it was really inconvenient. Like it was like not a little out of the way. It was very out of the way. But I wanted to go to support my friends. Plus, I wanted to kind of rekindle the something with church. But either way, that's neither here nor there. Let's see here. We're creeping up on 3 hours.
I'm gonna call it soon.
Yeah.
I gotta go in here and cook
Let's
dinner for the wife.
Yeah, I got to do that sometime soon too. Well, actually, well, not very soon, but sometime soon. So, let's just wrap up here with, and we'll hold the Mario movie review until we get more people on board, because
Fuck them. Let's me and you just talk about how awesome that movie is.
I've got different opinions, so
I have one problem with it, and that's the Tenacious D part of it. You take that out, and that movie.
I've got that problem too. But
stop.
But I'm going to leave it at that for now. So we'll definitely have the Mario Brothers movie review,
and I'll be watching Cocaine Bear before then too.
Okay, so I'm going to try to do that too. God damn, what? I know I watched something else and it's bothering me. Like, because in all this time, I know I watched something else and it's annoying me that I can't remember what it was.
I've been doing a rewatch of the Netflix stuff. Like, I started on Daredevil season 2. Well, I did Daredevil season 2, both seasons of Punisher, and I'm working through Luke Cage again now.
I swear to God, we watched something on Amazon and now I can't remember what it was. It was a specific Amazon thing and now I don't remember what it was, and I swear it was just 2 days ago. No. I mean, I watched that as it was. I'm talking about me and Jessica watched it. Like, because obviously I watch a lot of shit without her. But, you know, okay, so watching stuff aside, there are lots of things coming out that we didn't even talk about. So, like, the Blue Beetle movie trailer dropped.
I haven't even watched it.
Okay, so looks interesting. I do agree that it does look, the trailer looks very Marvel-y, like the way they cut it. Looks like it easily could have been a Marvel movie. If you didn't know anything about Blue Beetle, you probably do think it's a Marvel movie. It looks okay. It looks like it's in the same vein of Shazam. So fine. You know, I still haven't seen the second one. I do feel like I need to see the second one because I've heard decent things about the second Shazam movie.
It's going to be out on HBO Max soon.
Any minute now. Yeah. Any minute now it's about to come out. Shit, there was a bunch. I had them pulled up. We already talked about the Ahsoka trailer briefly. Damn it. My search results went away. I had it pulled up. Let me do it again here. Let's see here. The Marvels trailer teaser dropped.
Didn't watch it because I sure as fuck don't care.
I mean, if you don't care about it, you don't care about it. I think it'll be okay, but not good.
I don't like any of the characters that they're talking about in that show, so I don't.
I mean, it's not a show; it's a movie, but the Marvels.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because I think that is going to be the setup for Secret Wars or Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion is the show.
Is the show, and I think it's going to be set up through this because you see.
I thought the Marvels was a show too, though.
No, Marvels is not. So Miss Marvel,
it's supposed to be the sequel to Captain Marvel.
It's the sequel to Captain Marvel and the sequel to Miss Marvel and the sequel to WandaVision, because you have all three of them in it. But it does feature Nick Fury still in space on the Saber satellite that doesn't necessarily look like it's over Earth. So it's entirely possible that's actually over wherever the
Kree are.
Not the Kree, the other ones.
Skrulls.
The Skrulls relocated in theory, because we know that he was with the Skrulls. But then I think this is basically just set up for Secret Invasion, which we got the trailer for that. Which
I haven't watched that either.
I think that actually looks.
I haven't watched any of these trailers.
You need to, because that one looks pretty good. If I'm honest with you, that looks really good. I think we briefly, ever so briefly, talked about it, but the new Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 30th anniversary special is coming out any minute now on Netflix, and I'm surprisingly not excited about it. I have not watched the Barbie trailer,
that whole entire show is going to be a RIP to Jason David Frank.
It's not actually. They're not going. He's not involved in any way, and they don't. Dude, actually, I heard the interview where somebody, like one of the guys from one of the guys from Bat in the Sun that worked really close with him on their stuff, talked about why he did not do that special. Why even before he died, he was not going to get on that special. And it's because of Hasbro and Boom Studios and the shit that they were pulling around this movie. The fact that the other Rangers who had such a big fucking problem with the way Saban did things signed on with these contracts is fucking nuts. Like, so, I mean, hopefully it'll be okay. I'm not looking forward to it. I'll watch it and I'll give my honest opinions on it, but I don't think it's going to be that good. Did you get a chance to even see the Spider-Verse trailer, the new one?
I've seen that one.
The full trailer, like the full.
I've seen so many of them. I've probably seen it somewhere along the way. But
so that one, It looks
Looks
okay.
alright.
It looks
It looks
okay.
like more of the first one, and the kids really loved it. And the first
Yeah.
one wasn't horrible. I
No,
didn't
the first one was
dislike it.
great. I like the first
Yeah.
one.
I
Especially
don't. My biggest negative of this is I don't like how 2099 looks. It's not my hashtag not my 2099.
No, I agree. The fact they made him huge and bulky, even though he didn't
He looks like a luchador.
Yeah, and he didn't. Well, he kind of supposed to look like a luchador.
No,
Yeah.
he was very slim and muscular. And
Well, yeah, I mean, like not. I don't mean
I'm
like
talking about
his
the
costume.
size wise. He looks like a fucking wrestler now.
Which actually is weird because that's not how he looked in the teaser from the end of the first movie. He actually did normal size. So they've altered some of the designs a little bit. But if you also recall, back in the first movie, the Kingpin was enormous.
That Kingpin
Like-
was, and he had a little tiny head.
Well, his
That
head
shit used to crack me
his
up,
head
dude.
was big, but it was in the middle of his body.
That shit
Like,
cracked
his
me up.
back
He had
was
big
here, his head
neck
was
hump.
here. Yeah.
That shit cracked me up.
Um.
Which I'm okay with wild off the wall stuff like
Yeah,
that. Like
it
it's
fits
playing
it-
with it, but this is a drastic change. Kingpin was always this big dude with a little tiny dome head.
It's
They just
drastic.
shifted it. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't got a chance to watch the Penguin teaser trailer yet, but I want to because
Penguin?
like the Penguin from the sequel to the Batman. So it's follow.
What are you talking about?
They're doing a spin-off TV show for the Penguin from.
I'd heard they were talking about doing it. I didn't know they
no,
actually did it.
the teaser trailer dropped last week,
Oh, I've never seen it.
3 weeks ago. No, wait, hold on. No, yeah, last week. Sorry, I got
I've never seen it. You sure that's not fan made?
Nope, it's real. They talked about it from the get go. So that was going through to continue that universe after him basically coming into power with Falcone being removed. So that's going to continue on. I know there's more trailers than this. This is bullshit. I know there's a new Zelda game coming out that people are freaking out about. I know, and another trailer for the new Indiana Jones. Still don't care.
You're talking about the
Dial of
the
Dial of Destiny.
No,
Pick of Destiny.
No.
What? Which
No.
which?
The Zelda thing.
It's a Breath of the Wild
Breath of the Wild
Part
2.
3 technically.
Part 2.
No, they've already
Part
had
two.
Part 2. This is a
No,
new
they
one.
have not.
This is called
This is
Tears
two.
of the Kingdom. This is a third
This is-
one.
There is no third one. This is the second one.
There's-
This is the first time. There's the first time Zelda will ever have a sequel. The second one's not out yet. This is, I think, the same thing.
Hold on.
Part 2 has not come out. They've only ever put out DLC for the first one,
Let me make sure.
and it's the first time in Zelda history it has a direct sequel. Like it's a continuation of the same story
Technically.
ever.
Except
Every Zelda is a soft reboot. Think it through.
yeah.
The only one that
Okay,
even
so
close,
they
comes close to it is
renamed it
Majora's
from
Mask.
Breath of the Wild 2 to Tears of the Kingdom. Is that what they did?
Mhm. Or that's like the subtitle of it. I don't fucking know.
No, because the whole thing is Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Not
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild 2. But I thought Breath of the Wild 2 had already come out. So
Nope.
yeah,
In
okay. So yeah,
development.
there it is right there. Yeah, so they rolled it all together. That's why I was confused because I swore that Breath of the Wild 2 had already come out. And I was like, what are you talking about? Okay, yeah, I didn't realize that they did that.
I would own it if it was out.
Yeah.
I remember I'm a Zelda nut, and so is Isaac. We would definitely own it.
So
if it was
I
out.
played a bit of Breath of the Wild. I never owned it because
Mm-hmm.
I figured that would be one of those ones that I would end up playing for way too fucking long.
I did put a lot of time into it. The only thing
yeah.
I hate about it, and they're gonna do it in this one too, is it's that stupid weapon breaking thing, and I hate that shit.
Yeah, that was always my biggest problem with it. Was like you spend all this time with a weapon and then you could break the damn thing. That seems silly.
You don't even get to spend time with it. Like it's literally you pick it up,
sometimes they
you
just
whack
break.
it like 5 times and it's broke. You can find multiples of the same one, but then even then you're limited to how many you can carry.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't tell you how many times I was in a fight against a boss and I literally end up being down to just a fucking stick in my hand and I just have to run away.
So also I wanted to mention this because Bobby brought it up. The Tetris movie.
Still haven't seen. I don't have any Apple TV.
I don't
access.
have I don't have Apple TV, so I'm like,
I
God
thought
damn,
about
can I
getting it
watch
just
this somewhere
for-
else?
I thought about getting it just for that
Like-
because there's that and there was like one other thing that's on Apple TV that I want.
There's
to
a few things on Apple TV. I'm like, damn, I want to fucking watch this. Like, especially after he talked about it.
But I hate Apple.
Because I wanted to see it to begin with. I really did. I wanted to see the Tetris movie.
I've still never seen a preview of it.
Oh, I saw teasers for it, and when the trailer, because the trailer dropped right before the movie came out. That was weird. I was like, when he said the movie came out, I think a few weeks ago, like not a real long time ago, but like
a month ago.
maybe at the beginning of this month. And I saw a trailer for it at least in February, maybe very beginning of March. And I was like, this looks fucking cool. And I was like, I want to see this. I see a fake Thunderbolts trailer. That's not real. And, oh yeah, so a lot of Star Wars news coming out of Star Wars Celebration, and I didn't follow this closely, but apparently they listed out a whole fuckload of sequel movies that they want to do in and around Ray and other shit. Like, not continuations of the TV shows they're doing, but continuations either from where episode 9, the one that doesn't exist, left off, to doing other shit. And I'm like, no, just don't fucking do this, man. Like, Star Wars, like, I know they want to do more Star Wars media, but like, there's enormous gaps to fill. Like, you have thousands of years of nothing that happened that you could just do stories in within the universe, and it doesn't have to centralize around the 6 main characters that have existed since 1960 fucking 7.
They need to get away from the Skywalker people.
Yeah, 100% get away from the Skywalkers, and the Solos and the Palpatines. But I mean, but that's one reason why I'm happy with at least like some of these other series we've gotten are filling in little gaps of time.
But they still won't get the fuck away from the original stuff. They're not going anywhere to fuck away from it.
But at least
even Andor, which is probably the most removed from all of it, is still just one step away from it.
And that's fine, because at least Andor fleshes out the world, and we don't have
prequel. It's a prequel, and we have a prequel to number 4.
Yeah, but we also don't even have, like, I don't even think we've interacted other than Mon Mothma. Not one character from a movie, as far as I can think. In Andor, there was not a single movie character.
Oh, only Andor?
Yeah. Maybe Jimmy Smits.
Andor.
Okay, I mean, like, involved.
That's 3.
Okay, but not in a Star Wars movie, not Rogue One. That was a Star Wars story. So, but I mean, like, in comparison to every other movie, because even Rogue One, fuck, you had the droids. You had the fucking droids in Rogue One. You
had old butt facing. My friend doesn't like you.
Yeah,
I don't like you.
So I'm saying, like, other than that, like, you don't have movie characters outside of Mon Mothma in Andor in the same way that I can think of. Yeah,
I'm trying to think. I can't think of, like, I'd go back and watch it. I'd probably want to pick a little bit. Like, you're fucking wrong. You remember that one senator that was in the back? Like, there's
that's why I said Jimmy Smith
screaming at the fucking thing right now.
That's why I said
Jimmy
Smith.
I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Yeah. I would say
Jimmy Smith was in Obi-Wan. I don't remember him. He was in Andor.
He might have been. I'm giving him the out because he exists in this
just
time.
Auto saying it because he's in everything.
He's in all of them now, so why not? But like the fact that we've spent so much. Okay, so hold on. Here's the funniest part about new Star Wars media: we're getting away from Tatooine mostly. We dip back in for like 5 minutes at a time, but we're spending an inordinate amount of time on Coruscant. Like, we go Tatooine, Coruscant. That's it. We're just like all the Coruscant that happened on Andor, all the Coruscant that's happening in Mando.
Everything else they showed is just it's just
small segments of other planets. Yeah,
you got Tatooine, you got Jakku. They're 2 different planets. No, they're the same fucking planet. It's a big sand planet. Same thing.
Yeah. Well, hey, actually, I'll say if we actually get the Battle of Jakku on screen, that'll be fucking worth it. But I don't know if they'll do it. If they do it, it'll be worth it. But I don't know where they would squeeze it in.
They just need to get the fuck away from the original trilogies, like far away. Like supposedly this Apprentice or whatever that show is going to be set like
the Acolyte.
Yeah,
that's
Acolyte.
like 3,000 years ago. Yeah, in the old ass Republic, the Republic before the Republic when it was still Rome.
That's probably going to be one of the coolest things to watch in Star Wars.
Yeah, because it'll be something that has almost no
nothing
connection.
To do with nothing.
Yeah, nothing to do with nothing except the only
like the words "the Force." You might see lightsabers. You'll hear talks of like,
and it might have different names
around.
Yeah, things might have different names back then. Like,
but it's not going to be. There's going to be no Skywalkers. Yeah. There's going to be no Vaders. No Boba Fett's. Which I hate Boba Fett anyways. Super overrated character.
They should never. I gotta think that long ago would the Mandalorians exist? I forgot how old their civilization is. I think.
Well, they wouldn't look like we know them.
No, but it would be interesting to get the original one, the original Tar Vizsla or whatever his name was, the original Mandalorian,
the one that killed the mythosaur.
Yeah. Well, no, he tamed that one. He didn't kill it. Which that's what I was going to get at with the predictable closing to Mandalorian this week. I guarantee you, the way they're going to win is Bo is going down to the depths and getting the mythosaur because they're on Mandalore. All this is happening on Mandalore. That bitch is going to ride a fucking mythosaur out of the ground to fucking conquer fucking Gus, take away his fucking chicken business.
I'm going to tell you the thing that
I'm calling it now. Makes
no sense to me on this.
Sure.
show right now.
Sure.
With Mandalorian, and it is a huge plot hole that they've created.
Okay.
Was those Mandalorians still being on Mandalore?
I mean, I don't know if that's a plot hole because they did explain.
No.
What?
Because Bo-Katan, Armando, all the other Mandalorians, everybody else has all talked about Mandalore being completely destroyed, uninhabitable, nobody's there.
Yeah, but that was
because
always
nobody can live there. But them motherfuckers on that planet are flying around. So one of them, just one of them, would have shot off a message. Somewhere somebody would have heard that there's people still living on Mandalore.
Except that they've proven you can't send a message off Mandalore.
They would have got off of Mandalore.
Not if they had no spaceships.
They built themselves a flying fucking sail barge. You're only a half step away from getting that
floats,
motherfucker
it doesn't
out of
fly.
space.
But look,
no,
okay,
it hovered because remember the ground's glassed over.
Yeah, so their existence, while difficult, could be justified because other things lived.
All those people
if they were
underground, see that Mandalore is glassed over, they'd have been shooting flares off in the air, caught somebody's attention.
So the biggest problem is that Concordia, the moon where everybody either already lived on because they were exiled, or they escaped to, but then it was wiped out mostly during the same purge, which is which is how Mando, like our actual Mando, got to be involved in the first place because he was on Concordia when the Night of 1,000 Tears happened. So when they sent the fucking droids to wipe out everybody, that's where he was. So they came through, they nuked the whole surface of Mandalore. The wifey's calling. It's okay, I'll answer her later. So they nuked the whole surface, and everything below the surface clearly survived. One way or another, they survived. Somehow. But also it killed a lot of the atmosphere, fucking everything up, so no communication could go out. But the other thing is, you got to remember, up until now, the Empire has basically said, Mandalore's fucked. You can't go to Mandalore, and they controlled all the propaganda around Mandalore.
But
now
you would have went there just to see for yourself, just like Armando did. He's like, I gotta go see if it's true or not.
But here's the thing.
Now there's supposed to be a 20-year gap between when that happened and when we're seeing now. You're telling me in 20 years, not one single person got curious and went over to see what was going on,
and
over
they probably were killed.
By whom?
By the fucking Imperials that are there.
What Imperials that were there? They're not there. They glassed that motherfucker and left.
You don't know how long fucking Moff Gideon's had that base.
Ah, man, shut up. See, now you're just
dude. Literally, Imperials have been in power. This is only 5 years. This is only 5 years post Jedi.
No, it's further than that.
No, it's not. It's 7. It's technically 7
years. It has
to
be 5,000 years because they've never heard of the Jedi or Force powers.
This is 7 ABY.
Yavin, as in episode 4, Yavin?
Episode 6, Yavin. The Battle of Yavin.
Okay.
So, no, this at this point is taking place 7 years post the Battle of Yavin. So, like, the Empire has fallen, quote unquote. Most of it's scattered, but I mean, fuck, it took so long for them to do anything. I mean, and Mandalore's not a central planet. It's on the fucking outer rim.
All those Mandalorians, not one of them went back and checked in 7 years just to see.
Well, dude, you even heard, like, okay, so the armorer doesn't believe that anybody can go there. Bo-Katan doesn't believe anyone can go there. And once again, Imperial propaganda plus everyone
that
goes there
in the show
killed.
doesn't mean it's realistic. Not one.
Dude,
could you imagine if they told us Russia nuked Canada? Yeah. There's nothing living up there. You don't think, just between the two of us, you don't think one of us would get curious enough to go find out if they're bullshitting?
I mean, yeah, but what if you get up there and then a Russian fucking kills you? So people think that
people are still alive up there. Rusty's up there. You don't think
if no one comes back from going to check it out, what would you think?
That they're getting killed by people up there,
or the place that has been nuked is uninhabitable, and the person who went there died because they went there. So I mean, it's like the Bermuda Triangle. They made Mandalore the Bermuda Triangle. Don't go there, you'll get fucked.
You're a Bermuda Triangle. Don't go there, you'll get fucked.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much true. But like,
all right, let's wrap this shit up, man.
But I mean, like, I get what you're saying. I wouldn't call it a plot hole so much as I wouldn't call it Deus Ex Machina. I can't talk because, like, when they showed up,
Mythosaur.
But at least they set up. No, that'll be next week. But they've already set up the Mythosaur existing. If it came out of nowhere, like there was no Mythosaur dropped, like already, it's Chekhov's Mythosaur. We've seen the motherfucker on screen, and
Now
now
we
she's
wait
got
for it
the
to happen.
sword. We just gotta wait, and now we have the reason for it to fucking happen. Now,
She's
if
gonna fucking Boba Fett the fucking rancor.
yes,
that
that's what it is. They're just gonna copy what happened there. But I'm gonna say is like at least if she comes crashing out of the fucking green glass with it to fucking fight on the surface, that'll look pretty fucking cool. Because at least the CG has been pretty.
stupid.
The CG and the puppetry has been pretty fucking solid this season.
Only
And
if they have somebody
and
yeet Grogu across the screen.
if
right
they
when she does it.
kill, oh, by the way, we didn't even talk about Grogu and his new mech suit.
You talk about Krang.
Yeah, he's crying. First of all, I didn't see that coming, and I know Sean said somebody definitely said that was coming. I'm like, we didn't have that conversation. I don't know who did. Might have been on Nerd Rage, and I didn't finish that episode yet. But I
think we all were talking about it off screen because I had mentioned EE talking about it.
okay, so I never heard anything about it, or even heard that theory that they would turn him into a mech suit. Because definitely would have never considered that they would turn a fucking droid into a mech, especially for Grogu purposes. But like the fact that anybody did that is like, I mean, it's cool. But the only thing I liked about it is that it gave him more agency. Like he could now go steal food. The first thing he fucking does is go to steal fucking food. I was like, this motherfucker is only thinking about food and choking out a bitch. That's all he's fucking thinking about constantly.
I mean, in
was
his
like,
defense, is there anything else to think about?
I mean, yeah. I mean, no. Like, but now he can use a blaster. He can do a lot of things. But I'm worried that like he'll just stop doing force shit because he's now got a robot to do it. Like, but now he doesn't need armor because he's got a whole fucking robot. But he's got a whole robot body now. At least give it a jetpack. At least give it a jetpack.
It's got jet feet.
No, it doesn't. It does not.
The
have
IG-88?
No, he doesn't have jet feet.
You'll see.
I mean, 88 might have, but 11 didn't. Because
This
like
is
they
12,
remember they had
motherfucker.
to 12 now. Yeah, yeah. I love that. We're just gonna redesignate it 12 as though there wasn't a 12 somewhere. It's like this is now IG-12. It's like no, just call him IG-11G.
Just give him a different letter.
Grogu edition. At least paint it the same color. That'd be funny.
Ugh.
Give it ears.
Ugh. What if they?
Can't wait for the pop.
What if instead of giving Grogu Beskar Mandalorian armor, they build the armor around the fucking IG?
Honestly, that would be fucking cool. And if he just starts,
it would not be cool. But
no.
Like
imagine he is never seen again in his regular
it's because
form,
he's inside an IG,
and he becomes this badass fucking mech
Mandalorian
suit.
bounty hunter.
He's Iron Man. He's fucking Iron Man in that universe now. But imagine if he does do that. Like that's his.
He can't be Iron Man in that uniform. That's Moff Gideon now.
In your opinion, yeah.
That's a fact.
Nah.
Go back and watch it again with that picture in mind.
The helmet's not red enough for that to be true.
Go back, watch it again.
Dude, he's only got like 2 spots of red. The rest of it's solid black.
Close enough. Nobody said it was an exact twin.
I love that he's like, you're gonna give me back the Darksaber. Is like, no, she's not. I mean, like, have you not read the script? She's not. She just got it back, motherfucker. She's not gonna just give it to you. But the fact it took her so long to fucking cut open the door is like, bitch, cut the door open in front of you. It's like,
yeah, but that's how it happens, though.
Yeah, I'm like, hello, you guys have all the guns that just killed all these other motherfuckers. Cut open the door in front of you. It's like, fuck it. No, we gotta escape. No, move forward. They can't stop all of you. They only stopped you because they put a door between you. It's like, cut the door out of the way. At least she learned how to do that. But, the tiny bit of character development we got from her, that she gave it up to try to save her people, and then they nuked them anyway.
Yeah, she did.
Like, you dumb bitch.
She gave it up to save her people. That's what I'm talking about.
And I'm not going to lie, when Sean said, it's like, damn, the predictions were right about this episode. And I'm like, what, her and Mando fuck? I'm like, that's not, I was like, I don't think they would do that on screen. I was like, and I thought they were going to go there first, like 2 seconds. I thought they were going to, on the boat, they were getting kind of, he was like swearing, he was pulling a Jon Snow. Oh my God, he's fucking Jon Snow.
No, he's not.
He's fucking Jon Snow.
No, he's not. He's trying to fuck Bo-Katan.
I know, but he's Jon Snow to Daenerys.
No, he's
fucking swore. He just swore his fucking fealty and then got his ass beat in the next fucking episode.
Or the Viper. He's the Viper.
He's not the Red Viper. He's Jon Snow.
He is the Viper. I've seen it.
No, because that Viper would have.
The mountain killed him.
No, this one actually wears a helmet to protect from head crushing. That would probably be good. It's like if he had that helmet, he could have beat the fucking mountain. But either way, let's wrap this up because you got to go cook for your wifey.
Yeah.
Yep. So, all right, guys. Yeah, I know this was a bit of a long one and a bit random, but we had to make up for time. No, that was not a so to speak. It's definitely a big one.
It was a bit of a long one. Yeah, definitely a so to speak.
No, it's definitely a long one. Girthy. It's a girthy episode.
Girthy unit.
It's a girthy episode, guys. So either way, we got to get back to it, and now we are. And then hopefully next episode, episode 50, we'll fucking have more people on board. Rusty.
Ish.
No, it's definitely going to be actual 50. But
we've recorded so many episodes.
So what we'll do is we'll try to get Rusty together as soon as he can, and we'll all do a Mario Brothers thing, and then we can do proper episode 50. Either way, it doesn't matter. So go subscribe to all the things.
Sean's bitch ass on here talking about Mario.
Well, hey, he's got a nice recording setup now.
I
You
know.
can do that. So guys, subscribe to all the things, my stuff, Rusty stuff, Ricky's stuff.
Did you just fucking bump Rusty above me in the goddamn thing? You piece of shit.
Rusty's the sandwich, remember?
No. When he's the person here, his stuff never goes above my promotions.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
They're all bumped above Mike's stuff. So it doesn't matter.
He doesn't matter. He doesn't exist anymore either.
Basically. But either way, and of course, write into us for the love of God. Write into the fucking email, please, or at least comment on the thing and we'll read it. So now you made it awkwardmail@gmail.com. It's in the description. You can literally just do the thing. Yeah, you can just write into us. It'd be cool. Send us questions. For the love of God, we need questions. We don't talk. You guys don't talk to us. Come talk to us. It'd be fun. Maybe we'll do another live stream.
I'll do.
Let's do a live stream again one week. We'll actually get some people in the chat talk at us.
Yeah.
So either way,
fun.
But we'll see you guys next time. Okay, bye.
Bye.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats.